can say that I fucking, my throat sometimes wants to close involuntarily because of age. Because it's happening to me, and it's not racist when I say it. Is my point.
No, well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Now I was more referring to like the chairs and the microphones.
Well, then talk to the chair and microphone.
When I said, "Hey, get all your sounds out now," I wasn't talking about being old, but you made it about that.
Yep.
And now here we are.
Well, the chair and my body make very similar noises.
Okay, well, I feel you on that. So if you're listening to this podcast and you hear like a little like,
yeah, it might be a chair, it might be a man.
That's all the chair.
And
that's all the chair right there.
That's full chair.
That's those all the sounds the chair make.
We should get some WD-40 for that chair.
We are perfectly healthy.
WD
grown
in
adults.
This case stands for windpipe dilation.
Windpipe dilation and not
40.
Not water displacement.
No.
And
not Western Digital either.
No, and not whoopee doopy, which I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed it's not whoopee doopy.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Just some words.
Just some words.
Right on. Grindhouse Movie Club, just some words. That's the slogan now.
Yeah, hey, and I'll take it.
Just some words that scare you.
Or just upset you.
Yeah.
Or make you uncomfortable.
There, yeah.
Just 2 hours of words.
2 hours of unease through words.
What's coming next? Could it be a cuss word? Could it be a graphic description of a scene from this movie?
Dude,
I don't know.
The fountain, the tap has been opened.
The old boy.
In full force.
Oh no! And this tap is leaky, right?
Yeah, it is. When you close it, it hisses.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, welcome to the Grindhouse Movie Club. That's the podcast right there.
That's it. We'll see you next week.
That's the whole thing. You could go to our website. It's darkroastcult.com.
Grindhousemovie.club.
Yeah. Go to your friend's house and go onto their parents' computer.
Yeah.
Wait, how old am I assuming these people are? Go to your friend's house and just go to your friend's computer and set their I don't know, main browser page to grindhousemovie.club.
Well, when you go to your parents' house, do it on their computer as well and ruin Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? Make sure all of your family members
have no choice.
Yeah, go.
I want to be aware of this abomination that exists.
I want everybody in your family to text one person like they're below them, like they're younger.
Yeah.
They're what is it? They're next of kin.
Yeah. Sibling also works.
To be like, what happened to Google? Where's my Google?
I just went to breakfast with my grandparents. I had to try and explain to them the concept of an Ethernet cable.
Oh, you mean a snake that gives you the internet when it bites your computing device?
Yeah, and so I was like, one end goes into the computer because they just had to take it in to be serviced, and the other goes into the router. And she's like, well, what's the router look like on the computer? And then I, in my head, went, oh no.
Oh no.
This is a much longer conversation than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yep. That's when you just say never mind. Just you never mind.
You got me out of having to explain technology to, well, the elderly. Much love for my grandparents, but they're fucking old. They're old.
And they think a router's in the computer?
Right?
Huh, you old people. And we can say that because they don't even know what a podcast is yet.
Yeah. Well, my grandmother was like, do you want to come over and fix it for us? And I was like, I got a podcast.
Oh, and yeah. Well, you're welcome. You could, and anyway, yeah, so darkroastcult.com. You could go there. There's shirts, there's pins, there's coffee, there's the podcast. There's a link to the Discord where you could go there, and I go in there and I cuss a lot of the time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to make sure that people, even in relaxed social situations online, know exactly what we're about. And it's cussing.
Cussing?
And the case in point, I just said it.
Horror movies?
Yeah.
Shitting horror movies?
Yeah.
If I may be so bold to be so crass and
I don't know what it would feel like
right
to
there.
shit a horror movie, but
well, they're usually pretty pointy. I don't know. I'm not shitting Hellraiser, that's for sure.
Oh, jeez. Pinhead?
Oh,
or like Pin Brownhead.
Pinhead, and also like he's got that cube puzzle. That's not going to feel
no. And when it comes out, it's not going to be a perfect cube. It's going to be the jumbled version.
Oh, it is.
Like right before you solve the puzzle.
Oh, yeah. So everything's twisted, and you just have to like do one flick of the wrist.
Mm-hmm. Well, flick of the rectum.
Look, we were going to have one podcast.
Well, it's going to happen eventually. Today's not that day. All right?
One podcast where we don't have a fecal matter chat.
Well,
here we are.
I haven't been comfortable talking about shitting for the majority of my life, childhood and adult. So now that it's out, I'm like a flaming homosexual.
Oh boy, I
just stepped out of the shit closet.
I broke Jay. He's now out of the poo closet.
Yeah.
He's ready to talk about his fecal matter.
Well, not mine, but just it in general.
Okay. Oh.
It's one step at a time out of the closet.
Fair enough.
I'm ambling out of the closet.
Hey man, you go at your own pace. Whatever you got, I respect it. I'd respect your struggle, my friend.
My struggle. My strain.
Gotta respect everybody's struggle. Whatever closet you're coming out of.
Yeah.
Whether you're pooing, you're peeing.
Dear God.
Or what have you.
Also, you've created such a comfortable environment because I know anything I say is just going to get one-upped by you regardless.
Yeah, and you're on that like the couch like it's like a therapist couch.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you should be in tweed right now.
I should be.
You should be in either tweed or plaid in a blazer.
And here I am in I guess track pants and and just a t-shirt.
Gray on gray.
Gray on gray. I'm Andrew W. Gray today.
You look. It's funny because he wears white.
In case you were unaware,
you look like you're ready for a rainstorm through a window at any time.
Let's get this party started.
And
we'll bust our noses.
Let that hair down.
So what film? What film did we do this week?
Well, I hate this word. I need this to be known. You go out of your... So, there's a lot of movies about cloaked supernatural figures. A guy in like a long coat and a hat of some kind. Maybe it's a hood.
It's always I really enjoy when it's a hat because it's like, where did this demonic figure come from? I don't know. The Bay?
It's good that he's got the top hat on, though.
Yeah,
he clearly just came from a Dick Van Dyke special from 1958.
I mean, guaranteed you're gonna like the way he looks.
Yeah, well, he guarantees it.
Yeah,
or he kills you.
He guarantees it. Well, and you trust the hat.
Yeah.
The hat and the fingers.
Well, it's a trustworthy hat. This guy's got the same outfit. Okay, it's the Babadook, which my point was, if you're going to make a movie about a fucking villain, don't call it a stupid 5-year-old's shitty fantasy name, okay? Babadook, the Bye-Bye Man, the Midnight Man, Slender Man. We're just describing people, and then the Babadook, which is Jewish for he's coming, be sure of it. Hebrew, not Jewish.
They've got
Hebrew.
a word for that, huh?
Yeah, well, it's Baduk, and the Ba, I think, is he. So it's like very emphatically like, oh, he's fucking coming. All right?
He? Oh, he's on his way! Lock up your,
son. Yeah. Daughter's wife.
I mean, lock him up.
Back doors, run for your life. The man's back in town.
They're taking everybody out there.
Yeah. B and B.
You don't have to...
These are all AC/DC jokes that nobody listening is going to get.
See, I was making remember that guy? Remember that video? And the guy, he was like the news report, and he's like,
hide your daughter, hide your wife, because they raping everybody out here.
Yeah. I didn't say that word, but
well, that's what he fucking says.
That is what he says. I'm trying to make this a PG-14 podcast.
Why?
I want parents to be able to walk out of the room and let their children listen, you know?
I don't think I've ever created something that I could comfortably say fits that bill.
I know, and I just didn't want to say that word, and hey, here we are.
Anybody who wasn't on the internet in fucking 2007, go right ahead and look up Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife.
Yeah.
And scroll past all of the remixes, like it's the fucking Harlem Shake, and go to the original video, where it's just an impoverished black man of nebulous gender talking about kids being raped.
Well, that's not... No, he's talking about somebody coming in through the window.
Yeah.
Because somebody came in through his sister's window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he just brings rape into it.
Yes, he does.
He brings it right into it like it was always meant to be.
You mentioned... the
Harlem Shake.
You mentioned the Harlem Shake.
Yeah. Which is what this kid does in the back of the car on the way home for the birthday party.
Did I text you what I learned?
You texted me that you were going to tell me about it. I don't think you actually texted me the information.
So this is really old news to a lot of people, but it's brand new news to me, which makes it brand new news to everybody I tell it to.
Yeah, well, it's going to be to me because I already don't know what the fuck.
All right, so you remember that Harlem Shake video, and I know you do because
Joji.
No, not him.
Not him.
I know I've sent.
Well, it's his fucking song. I need you to know that. It's not his song?
It's not.
All right, well, he's the one who fucking made the meme popular.
Okay.
All right?
Well, do you remember the one...
Pink guy.
Do you remember the one where it's two guys in a bathroom and then the other guy just has diarrhea on his naked friend?
Vaguely.
Dude.
Vaguely.
That guy is the number one guy on YouTube for, like, children's, like, educational... His name is Blippi.
First of all, that's not the name to have if you're shitting on your friend.
Dude.
Or the friend being shit on. Either.
If you know what Blippi is and you don't know that he had diarrhea on his friend, that's a thing that happened. You'll have a hard time finding the video because you believe it or not, he doesn't want that to be seen.
Yeah, no, that's a shocker to me.
But yeah, that guy is like now he had diarrhea on his friend and now he's like teaching your children the ABCs.
Oh my God.
Like he's got a tour where it wasn't even him.
D is for diarrhea in this case.
Like it was an impersonation tour. Like that's how much money he has. He paid people to be him on his tour.
He's like Andy Kaufman.
And then
like
also he has diarrhea on people!
He has diarrhea on at least one person in his life.
There we go. I knew there was something that I learned this week that I had to share with everybody.
Jesus Christ.
Next time you see Blippi, just remember he was naked and he had diarrhea on his naked friend.
That's going to turn into one of those like popular rumors that you can't tell if it's true or not, but you fucking bet your ass it is. Like Richard Gere puts rodents in his asshole and the Harlem Shake guy shit on his friend.
And now
Blippi shit on his friend during a Harlem Shake video. I'll just drop my book.
Oh, God. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I got that out of the way.
Yeah, because it can't just be me that knows that.
No.
More people need to know that.
So we did the Babadook.
Yeah, we did.
Is that how you pronounce it? The Babadook?
Well, yeah.
The Babadook?
Well, everything in this movie is pronounced with an Australian accent, so it's not worth trusting anyway.
I thoroughly enjoyed that the Babadook himself had an Australian accent.
He did a little, didn't he?
Yeah.
When he's saying his own fucking name.
So what are your two sentences or less to spoil this book, this movie book?
I have two.
Okay.
One's much shorter than the other. My longer synopsis is: if your kid is so insufferable that he manifests a ghost, maybe consider other options.
Okay.
And then the shorter one is: I hate my kid the movie. Because that's what the fuck this is.
I hate my kid the movie.
This is I hate my dirty, reminds me of my dead husband's son. All for 90 minutes.
It really,
for 90 straight minutes.
Yep. Please don't touch me. I am your mother. The movie. I love it.
This fucking movie opens with a car accident.
Hold on.
There's more. Yeah, I need to know yours.
I've got one sentence.
Okay.
The Cat in the Hat, but fucked up. That's all it is. It's the Cat in the Hat, but it's fucked up.
Where does this rank versus the Michael Myers Cat in the Hat?
This is... I mean, I would still prefer the Michael Myers Cat in the Hat.
To this.
Yes.
Where the anthropomorphic feline in your house tells your kid, you know, I could kill you and make it look like a bloody accident. Right to his face. Mm-hmm. You'd rather that than this thing that doesn't do fuck all except get all up in your back when you're dreaming.
Yeah, well...
This fucking Babadook doesn't do shit.
The issue is the Cat in the Hat comes during the day. So he's a lot more trustworthy, I feel.
You're still getting a good night's sleep with the invasive Cat in the Hat around.
Yeah, this stranger who wears a black coat and has long fingers who comes at night, I'm out.
It's like worse makeup than Jim Carrey and the Grinch makeup.
All right, hold on. So this fucking makeup that the Babadook wears. Okay, there's the scene where he's on the ceiling and he falls down onto her.
Yeah.
You get like a split second where you see his face. Mm-hmm. His face looks exactly like Marilyn Manson in the Smells Like Children cover for that album. He's got the top hat with the Willy Wonka shit.
Holy shit. He's probably got contacts in too.
That's what that looked like to me. I was like, oh fuck.
That's fucking funny.
It's Marilyn from the early 90s.
You know, it's very dangerously close to white people's portrayal of black people in like 1930s movies. black and white movies where it's just blackface and fucking and colored lips that are huge on your face.
Just features in just like a void.
Yeah.
Just a void face with just features in the middle of it.
Horribly exaggerated. Like if his lips were red instead, and he's the whiteface version of like a racist rendition of what a slave looks like.
Should I be offended?
I would. All white people come to you at night after knocking 3 times because they're polite as fuck.
The Babadook.
Yeah.
I forget I forget where we were.
At the very beginning, where you could just get to see a car accident. And you're like, oh, okay, so your fucking husband's dead in a car accident.
The car accident dream?
Yeah. And then she floats back into bed, but so the fucking it's about a mom and son. The son is, I'm going to be honest for a second, all right? If you're on the fence about having children, just in general in your life, you're getting to that age, you're worried. Like maybe you're in your late 20s and you're like, well, I got maybe like 10, 12 more years before I become barren and shriveled inside. So I better shoot out a spawn of some sort.
Everybody's got to have one. You got to carry on that namesake.
Watch this movie and then make your decision. Because the kid in this movie is a steroided out version of all the worst things that you have to deal with when raising a child. It's 80% autistic tantrum for this movie.
He has a fit.
He has like 8 fits. He has a fit every day for every reason.
A fit a day.
Yeah.
You think he'd be a little more
keeps
buffer.
the doctor right at your house.
Well, the doctor doesn't do much.
No, the shit doctor in this movie.
All right.
It's obviously like a dream sequence where she's remembering the night that her husband died on the way to the hospital to give birth to this kid. That every time you look in its face, you're just like, hey, remember that time? This is your fault. And it's so great.
Yeah. They don't come out and say like, yeah, he's dead. Like this is a car accident. But like the second you see that, you're like, I bet this dude's dead.
You get to see the fucking headlights coming at the side of the car that he's on. It's implied anyway. But so the first thing that I wrote down is how when she's floating back into bed during this dream in order to wake up, her arms, she's doing like the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man thing, like a cartoon's idea of what floating is like. So already I was like, okay, we're gonna have to step up the acting if this movie's gonna be good.
Oh, you don't think the acting was good? I thought that's exactly what floating looks like. I have all the times I've seen floating, I've just been like, yeah.
You absolutely wave your arms like an 80s breakdancer when you're floating.
I'm doing the thing right now.
Yeah.
Very poorly because I don't want to do it.
We're trying to do the wave robot here.
Yeah, it's not good. Picture me doing it well though, please.
Yeah. No, picture him doing it terribly. It's accurate.
I didn't notice that, but now that you mention it, that's hilarious.
Oh my God, that's the first thing that I noticed. And then we cut straight to her reading her kid a bedtime story because he woke up in the middle of the night after having a bad dream. So naturally, we bring out the book about a wolf being murdered. All right, good night.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill a wolf in this movie. And then he goes, did they really kill it? And she goes, you fucking bet your ass. Sleep well.
Yeah. He's like, did they kill the wolf? Yeah, if that monster comes around, I'm gonna bash its head in. I'll just bash that monster's head clean in.
I wonder where that correlation came from. Where you got that idea from, son?
Yeah.
Dear Christ.
Like an easy Dahmer. It's an illustrated book. This is an illustrated. By the way, first, how come every bit of media in this old wooden house is from the 50s? Does Australia have like new cartoons? Because it seems like they don't. It seems like everything on Australian television is troubling.
It's like suppressed China. Chinese people just learned about Fortnite yesterday.
Oh, well, Australia's just got black and white, like not even Bugs Bunny. Like this is
old fucking Steamboat Willie cartoons.
Yeah, but like not.
No, worse. Far worse, far less unassuming than Steamboat Willie. And then if that's not what tickles your fancy tonight, horror movies from when they invented film. How's that?
Yeah, when they were just like...
A fucking Trip to the Moon was made in 1902. That's what these... Like, when people dressed up as KKK members could still pass as ghosts in movies.
Yeah, they're like, well, what would be scary? Well, what if a man swung from a wire? Huh!
Fuck!
Let's do that for an hour.
We're going to put a bed, we're going to nail it down to the floor, and then we're going to spin the camera. act like it's an earthquake.
Welcome to the early, so Australia, I'm sorry, hopefully hopefully it's different, but the Babadook has portrayed your media to be very,
Like
even
5-6 decades behind the rest of the fucking modern world here.
even these books are like early Disney books.
Yeah.
It's like, it's bad, it's just bad.
Everything cartoon in this movie has like sheepishly long legs and a squat torso.
And just saucer bowl eyes for no reason.
All the time.
And the walk is the same loop walk.
Yeah, it's
swinging arms and just knees.
10 cell shaded animations just back like on fucking on repeat for 2 minutes, and the backdrop never changes. It's the same 3 houses.
So yeah, this kid's like, I'm gonna bash a monster's head in.
This idiot kid gets up, and the first thing he does, I understand the point of this movie, right? Is that it's stressful being a single mom. It's a hard time.
Is it? I don't believe that.
You got to work at the same. You got to make sure that your kid doesn't fuck around at school. You got to pray to God that you have like a decent friend to be a caretaker, so that you can have 1 second of breathing room from your child who treats a toothache like the goddamn world's ending. And she doesn't get any of that. She doesn't get to have a single second of that. With that being said, how does your child who's 6, it's important to note that he's 6 years old in this movie.
He is 6 years old.
Knows how to build catapults and crossbows in the basement like he's practicing for Doomsday. This fucking kid knows how to, the complex fulcrums and levers. I'm pretty sure they don't even teach that shit until like 3rd grade. All right? So he hasn't learned that lesson at school.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what like Boy Scouts book got left there. Where
Oh my God.
It's like from the 50s where they were still like, yeah, so if you just take a knife and just wield it.
Yeah,
you're a Boy
just
Scout.
Have one.
Just always have a knife.
And a scarf.
And you know what? A gun too, because you're a Boy Scout.
Yeah, you need that.
Just remember, never point it at anybody who you don't want to kill. You're a Boy Scout. It's like I don't know, he found one of those books.
Yeah.
Like, so here's how you, just in case, you need to build a crossbow that shoots a dart.
Yeah, that shoots a fucking dart at enough speed to penetrate a windpipe. Let's just have that in the dead dad basement. Let's also talk about the fact that this is a dead dad basement.
There is a dead dad basement that is kept locked.
Yeah. On the topic of locks as well, so his mom's like trying to make breakfast or whatever, like get ready for the day, and we got this kid traipsing about the house with like actual weapons that could kill people. And one of the things he has is the key to the fucking basement, so it defeats the purpose of the lock because you have your key rack at a height that a child can reach. And then also you have 15 keys, all of which unlock doors inside your own house.
Honestly, it's an old house. I bet the same key would unlock every single lock.
Also, like, did they hire the person who made the music video for Tool's song fucking Parabola? Because to paint this place, the entire house is a blue-gray. It's the most fucking depressing color ever invented by man.
Yeah, and you sit there and wonder why you're having such a hard time in life. Look around. Turn a light on.
Turn a light on and have that light shine across any surface.
Like, even like in the mom's bedroom, the far corner, I don't know what the hell is in it because it's just pitch black.
Yeah, no, it's darkness in there. That's where she keeps the darkness.
1 footlight. Just,
it's fine.
It'll brighten the whole place
End
up.
table with a lamp.
You know what? Speaking of locks.
Yeah.
How about the chokehold this kid puts his mom in while they're trying to sleep?
I have never, ever seen... The kid has a fucking bad dream. We're doing the fucking closet we're doing the closet check, so let's read him a book about a thing in the closet.
Closet checks. If there's a monster, this kid is grabbing his mom and holding on to his mom. If there's a monster, what's she gonna do? Trip over this kid and die? That's all it's gonna happen because this kid's got a lock on him.
If there's a monster, the concern is not the monster, it's being strangled to death by your son because he's afraid of it.
Yeah.
This fucking kid, and you know, like, co-sleeping is never a good idea once you get to a certain age. This is a great example because this kid's idea of comfort cuddling so that I can sleep after having a bad dream is to grab his mom's throat like it's the only thing saving him from falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
And just holding that shit.
That and grinding his teeth right in her ear.
Yeah. So
no
she goes to the
she
fucking...
doesn't love him.
Yeah, dude. She goes to the other side of the bed and sleeps like an abused housewife.
Yeah,
All right?
I wrote she left at least 2 feet clearance from Chokehold Jr.
And this is why I wrote down I Hate My Kid the movie. Because that's what that is.
Yeah.
It's well established that you already hate your kid. It's been less than 5 minutes of movie.
For the rest of the film, she leaves enough space between her and her child for Jesus Christ. For sure. There's at least enough room for Jesus between the two of them.
Which is good. It's like a high school dance.
And then, boom, the Babadook text.
Yeah. Let's just... Oh, my God. So, yeah, obviously bringing weapons to school is never a good idea.
Yeah. So
How are you smuggling a crossbow? This is why schools in the States have metal detectors.
Well, he made it out of wood.
There is at least a metal hook for the little crossbow
all right.
string, all right? That would set off any alarm.
So, it's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Mom's alarm's going off. She's waking up, but... Yeah, this kid's already up. He's in the work shed or the tool closet or whatever.
Dad basement.
Yeah, and he's fucking around early in the morning. And
I don't know how that wouldn't have woken you up. Also, like, he's sawing wood.
He built a catapult backpack.
Yeah. Which, how do you load that thing and set it?
It's
on your fucking back.
That's what I wrote.
You can't reach.
You get one good bajoop in there.
That's it.
So why don't... It's just a very impractical weapon. Anyway, Mom says don't.
And the idiot wasted on a window.
This whole fucking kid...
Yeah.
This whole movie, this kid, all he does is fuck around and find out.
Yes. All he does is disobey good advice from parents and guardians.
Oh my God.
And consequences happen as a result.
Sure. For sure they do.
He fucking launches, I don't even know what the fuck that weird Australian version of cricket ball is that he has in that spoon.
Oh boy.
But he blasts that shit straight through the window, no problem.
Cut right to, I don't know, she's fitting him for a magician's costume.
Yeah.
And he's...
Well, his birthday's coming up.
Yeah, and for some reason, he thinks, like, the biggest part of magic is just proving there's nothing in your hands.
Yeah, it's really important that you know in your heart that his hands are empty.
You know what? I don't give a fuck about what's in your hands. Show me those sleeves.
Yeah.
What's up there?
Let's see what's in your sleeves.
Yeah. You're not fooling me. Yeah, there's nothing in your hands. What's up them sleeves, though?
There's nothing in your hands right now.
Let's go.
Oh, and then the second part of the trick is that you entirely cover your lower body with your cloak. What's in there then?
Couldn't be the flowers he pulls out.
Or the dove out of nowhere.
Yeah, where'd you get that dove?
Where does a 6-year-old get a dove and be able to conceal it?
He's got a guy.
He's got a dove guy?
He's got a guy.
You remember Are You Afraid of the Dark in the Magic Shop?
Yeah.
And Sardo?
I think so, yeah.
This kid just goes to Sardo.
Sardo.
It's not Sardo. It's accent on the dough. All right? And that's just a creepy middle-aged man who runs a magic shop.
Who sells doves to 6-year-olds.
Yup. And lets everybody's parents in Are You Afraid of the Dark Town just lets their kids hang out in a place where he's pulling things out of hats all the time. It's only a matter of time until, hey.
Something's going in the hat.
Something's going in the hat and coming back out, and it's not the same.
Something's going in the hat, and it's never coming back out. It's your child's virginity.
Yes. Harder to come across than a bird.
Yeah. So this kid does this fucking baloney magic trick, and then touches his mom's face with his terrible glove hand.
Yeah, he really caresses his mom's face like this is a totally different kind of movie.
Yeah, and she's like, hey, just stop building weapons.
Yeah, please?
Yeah, I don't love you. Please stop building the weapons.
This is why I don't love you.
I made you this cape. Please stop.
So this is already, we're establishing how difficult her home life is with this fucking insatiable kid. And then I'm going to choose to work at a nursing home where what I have to do all day is take care of people with the same mentality as my ornery child.
Yeah.
Great. And then I'm going to get hit on by Chub Chubs, the only coworker of like a similar age to mine, somewhat.
And I don't know if he's sexist. I don't know if that was a joke or
not.
Oh
my God, dude, she's doing dishes and he comes in and it's like, oh, just where a woman's supposed to be, in the kitchen.
Yeah. He might as well have said, a bitch in the kitchen. Perfect.
Fuck's sake. And yeah, I mean, like, I assume, because she smiles and laughs, right? So they have some kind of banter between them.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was a joke or not, but then he, like, comes over later in the film. We'll get to that.
Yeah, and it's like, don't just drop sexism casually in the workplace.
Yeah.
It's not the climate for it.
Yeah, no. This is the scene also where he touches her face and then he goes to hug her and she's like, no, don't do that. Pushes him away.
Just trying to be affectionate with my one parent I have left.
Yeah,
don't want any part of that.
Yeah, because he does the thing where he's like,
I think it's like he's squeezing too tight.
Oh, I thought, like, because, like, you know the song Window Licker by Apex?
Yes.
I thought he did that in her ear, just that.
It does sound a little bit like that.
Yeah, like, ooh, ugh, no. Get that fucked shit away. Ugh.
Anybody who doesn't know who Aphex Twin is, makes very intricate and mathematical breakbeat music and a lot of very like atmospherically impressive stuff. He's also a fucking nightmare to look at. He's also horrifying to look at, and he knows it. So for his music videos, he gets molds made of his own face and like puts them on midgets. He puts them on midgets and trannies, and they dance. I want you to know, on one of his albums, there's a bonus song that just sounds like white noise. If you put it through a spectrograph, the wavelengths are his face.
I think I've seen that.
And it's his fucking wide-mouthed, huge-eyed face.
Picture evil Andrew WK. I think that's a good way to describe
Picture
this guy.
Andrew WK during that news interview where he just opens his mouth wider and wider because he knows the newscaster can't see him.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly it. So yeah, it's time to go to school because that's telling your kid to stop fucking hugging you is a perfectly normal thing. So perfectly normal day, perfectly normal drop off at school.
Don't tell your teachers at school that I'm neglecting you physically as a parent.
Hey, don't talk about this to anybody.
She actually fucking says that to him a couple of times.
Does every school over there look like Professor Xavier's School for the Gifted?
Dude.
Because, like, what is this castle school they're going to?
That's why they call them all academies.
Oh, there you go.
It's not a fucking school for education. It's fucking Hogwarts. Every single school in anywhere Britishly colonized is Hogwarts. Any school in a country that hasn't declared its fucking independence from Britain wants the Queen to look at him and smile.
Oh, yeah, they require Professor Xavier to roll around in his chair just admiring his mutants.
I would love for Patrick Stewart to have been the fucking administrative dean in this scene where they just plop a crossbow down in front of this mom and go, what the fuck are you doing at home?
What the fuck are you? I can't even...
It's Irish!
I didn't even...
That was more Irish than anything.
A British accent is the easiest one to do, and I missed the mark by, like, kilometers.
How about this? Get a nanny... Get a fucking nanny, you nonce. All right?
Is that Patrick Stewart? What?
No. Patrick Stewart's wife.
Good eye, mate. I'm Patrick Stewart.
Aren't I? Ain't it?
Mutants? Come to my school to learn, have you?
Every Australian accent ends up fucking furiously angry. What is that about?
I don't know.
Well, everyone in Australia just lost a bet.
Wow, we are...
Yeah.
So, I think...
Hey, if you're listening from Australia, we probably have more listeners in Turkey. That's not even a joke. That's just...
What's up, Turkey?
That's just analytics. Turkey.
We'll embrace Turkey.
I love Thanksgiving.
So, my mom's like, hey, what's in that oversized, huge bag that you've got on that's twice the size of your body and... just rattling with odds and ends. What is that? What do you got in there?
I spilled my pencil case. No.
Yeah. Well, see you later, alligator. And he turns around with his fucking evil smile and get the fuck back here.
Yeah, I asked you a goddamn question. You're going to a facility where people are going to judge me based on what's in that. So let me see inside.
Nah.
Because you know what? Half the time these days, it's a gun. So... yeah, do that double check before the kid walks into the school. Turns out it's just a crossbow. He's working his way up to school shootings.
Yeah, he didn't quite learn how to build a zip gun yet, so he's got the crossbow. Then we cut to where mom works at the nursing home, where her job is to remember if people want milk or not in their tea.
Yeah, which she can't even do.
Yeah.
And she's surrounded by people who can't remember either.
Yeah, so to be honest, I'm surprised she didn't turn around and go back like, yeah, this is the tea you wanted.
Yeah,
you did want milk in it.
10 seconds later, yeah, here's your milky tea.
I didn't want milk. You did.
You did, though.
You did.
Trust me. Yeah, just gaslight poor old women with dementia. That's got to be the easiest job ever. No, you didn't ask me to turn you over.
I didn't?
You said you didn't want to be turned over.
Where's my tea? I didn't want milk in that. You did. Well, I'll have some milk then.
My bed sores. Now it's acne. You're turning into a woman.
Jesus Christ. So, enter sexist coworker.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so he asked her if she wants a capper. What is that? That's alcohol and coffee?
He says cuppa.
Cuppa?
Which is cup of tea.
Oh.
They just say that because when you ask somebody the same question 4 times a day, because there's 4 fucking tea times when you live in Britain, I know this is Australia, but obviously they still fucking observe the same rituals. You need to shorten it. Otherwise, you get a fucking tinnitus headache every time you hear it.
Fair.
Would you like a cup of tea? Not from that!
Would you like I would love a cup of tea, thank you.
It's just, at the end of the week, it's just, would you like?
Wood! Just screaming wood at people. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I absolutely would.
Oh, thank you for asking. If would.
But no, she can't have a cup of tea because she's going to the dementia ward.
Yeah.
Where they'd probably slap that shit right out of her hands.
They would. I don't know what being in the dementia ward, like, what about that prevents you from being caffeinated? Nah, I can't have that tea. I'm gonna go deal with fucking crazy old people, like, soon.
Yeah, the tea would be too calming. She's got to be on her toes. So
it would be calming.
Yeah,
all right.
Just a warm cup of tea. She's clasped with both hands. Nah.
I gotta go to the dementia ward. How about a bump?
I'd put a bump while I put my gauntlets on.
Yeah. Hey, Robbie, you got a couple lines you could queue up for me?
Oh, Robbie's always... Anybody named Robbie, I imagine to be wearing shutter shades and dispensing lines.
Oh my god. Shutter shades. Let's go
Robbie!
back in time.
And then he's also listening to LMFAO.
Yes, he is.
Because he's the uncle.
Yeah.
That's the only Robbie. His name's got to be Robbie. Look at him.
He does look like a Robbie. Which one's the uncle? The one with the dark hair or the one with the brown hair?
It's whatever one you think
is younger.
No, it's like you look at them and you go, well, he's the uncle, but it's not. It's the other one.
Okay.
It's the one you don't think is the uncle.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the one who.
Point being,
I think he went on tour without the other one, and then they broke up.
Well, first of all, as far as uncle and nephew relationships, the phrase broke up probably isn't appropriate. Now, I don't want to assume anything based on the fact that they shared such a fucking close bond with them and teens.
I got to imagine there's been some Eiffel Towers between the two of them where they've been like, yeah, we're related, but this isn't weird.
Eiffel Towers.
Don't make me explain what an Eiffel Tower is.
I mean, it's a French monument.
Yeah, so picture the shape of an Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
You've got those outer...
Oh, two people, like, jump high-fiving? Or are you talking about penises touching?
Well, no, they're not penises. There's a high five involved.
Okay.
But between them is a person. Like the politest way I can say is getting spit roasted.
Yeah. I got there.
It's a high five over a spit roast.
This isn't made extra weird by the fact that we're related. I mean, if you're sharing a person, you might as well you just dive right in.
Well, I don't think there should ever be a time where...
What a cancer bucket list that would be.
No.
Before I die,
you want to raw
of
dog
leukemia.
You want to raw dog somebody with your uncle.
I want to work my half of the torso with my uncle.
As I was saying, there should never be a time in any nephew's life where their uncle's penis is seen on a regular basis.
No, or like within 3 feet of you.
Yeah.
Or also like you shouldn't be aware of the fact that you just are a nephew in that environment.
Leave your family names at the door.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're just like you flipping the chick over to I have an uncle. He's there.
And they're like DJing like yeah, now he used to change my diaper when I was a boy. When my mom was at work, this guy would wipe my bum.
Oh my god.
I used to wipe his bum, y'all. Bum, bum.
Make some noise.
I don't know anything other than the one song they did.
Yeah.
Party Rock.
That one and I'm Sexy and I Know It.
Oh yeah, and then I know they had another album after that that was called Sorry for Party Rocking, and I don't think they needed to apologize.
Who are they apologizing to?
Yeah, exactly. No, party rock on, nephew and uncle.
Yeah,
this isn't weird.
We all knew who and what you are the second we saw you.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
Oh boy. So
yeah, Robbie's fucking kitchen sexism.
Yeah,
and then grocery store after school. In between there though, we gotta pull mom into the office.
Yeah, we gotta go. You gotta go pick up your boy from school.
Mm-hmm.
Because he brought a gun.
Yeah, he brought a weapon that would be considered a gun around the same time that the TV shows we're forced to watch were produced. Maybe just guns don't exist yet in this version of Australia. This is where we're at. Peak is crossbow.
Yeah, we don't know what this is, but it seems scary. So get it out of here.
And like the fucking teacher's concern is like that dart could have gotten a kid's eye. Yeah, fucking Samuels. At no point does she go, I was just concerned watching him try to load it that he was going to impale his own neck.
You know what? The fact that she would let him begin to load it?
Yeah.
I question her integrity as a teacher immediately. Like, okay.
You know it wasn't loaded in the backpack because that would just like jingle around and fucking unhitch itself and fire out through the top.
Oh yeah, the second he goes to like adjust it, you hear a thump.
Yeah.
And just I can't walk anymore because there's a fucking dart in my spine.
Yeah, right from out of the cubby hole that you shove your backpack in comes a dart into your dick leg. So
the principal the principal wants to hire somebody who just follows this kid around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing, right? I went to school with some developmentally delayed individuals, right? They call them monitors in this movie, right?
Yeah, they do.
They had those. It didn't prevent at any point this child from being able to socialize with its peers. But that's what they lay right out on the table. We're going to get a monitor for your son, and we're going to alienate him from every other kid his own age.
Yeah.
Those two things in tandem, those will work for him psychologically.
Yeah, come to think of it, like, I also had, in my public school, and
they were just fine.
The monitor didn't even come out on recess. Like, they fucked off and did paperwork.
But they're there to make sure that like they focus on class assignments, not to be like a cow wrangler, not to be a babysitter on the outskirts of the slaughterhouse.
But no, he already feels so different. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
He feels different because he's the only child improvising firearms and bringing them to school, you idiot!
Yeah. No other kid's got a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook in the dead dad basement.
If this was Florida, that kid would have been shot dead.
Yes. By a teacher.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You keep the lock on the... That's all Dude, fucking if you don't want the kid in the dead dad basement, put the key somewhere where he can't just reach up and get it, no problem.
But no, so yeah, we don't tell your aunt about this. We're going to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Also, she's like, well, I'll just find another school. And they go, wait, hold on a second.
No.
I know that I just explained to you that your kid is such a disturbance that we need another adult there hired to prevent him from speaking to any child in school. But you can't just take him out.
Well, yeah, they need that. They probably get some money because there's a kid there, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's getting paid.
So she fucking nailed that though. She's like, yeah, you handle your business. I'm gonna take my kid to somewhere where they care about kids instead.
Oh yeah.
So please. Disrespectful. Can't unring that bell.
Please bring your child somewhere where they will be unaware of his habit of bringing firearms to school.
Just infect that behavior. Infect everybody else with that behavior.
Yeah. We go to the grocery store, and
this kid is my favorite for 5 seconds of this movie. The rest of the time, I hate him.
Is it because he's bothering people with magic, and then goes, yeah, my dad's in the cemetery.
Yep. He was killed on the way to the hospital to have me. Meanwhile, this woman's just trying to get her bags out of the cart.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I wasn't expecting therapy when I came to the food basics this morning.
Holy moly, I'm here for oranges.
Exactly. And then also okay, so what? You told your son that? You told your 6-year-old son, hey, your dad, he's fucking dead because of you.
Well, if she didn't, there's a lineup of people who are ready to tell him. This whole movie, people remind him all damn day.
They sure do, of all ages.
That was probably one of my favorite parts too. Was just like, she was just like, hey, I'm gonna get my daughter away from this child who's doing magic in the grocery store. Yeah. Hey, my dad's in the cemetery. So suddenly, he works there, eh? Now he lives there
forever. Suddenly, sleight of hand doesn't seem so bad at the grocery store.
I love how just jolly, just happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, just love dropping this bomb to people. Hey, guess what? Daddy's dead.
I'll tell you right now, there's no way that the kid at that age has enough self-awareness to know what he's saying. But if I was if I had fucking progeria or Benjamin Button, I'd be saying shit like that to adults all the time. There's nothing on the other side. Just hit you with that at church,
You got to be dressed very proper, though.
That's true.
You're on your way to school.
Yeah.
At the academy.
Exactly. Yeah. It's button-up shirts and ties and plaid.
There's something about just children dressed as young adults. It's just like, it's unsettling.
It's a little unnerving, yeah.
They always look tired. It's like when you put that little vest on them, they're just like, oh,
you
so
look like you need
I
to
am.
sit down. You look for a bit. So fucking right after the grocery. So now we're at the point in the movie where, okay, I've pulled my child out of school, and now I got to figure out what the fuck to do with him all day.
So we take him to the park.
And we talk to my only adult friend that I ever have in this entire world.
And is it her sister?
No.
Are we sure? Because they call her Auntie Claire.
Yeah, in the same way that my Uncle Lawrence was my uncle. A close family friend.
He wasn't your uncle.
Well, so when my grandfather and my uncle were younger, like around our age, they cut their thumbs open and swapped blood. And that made him as related as anything else. So while he's not biologically related to me, or was not anyway, rip. Yeah, no, he was just known as my uncle forever.
Did your uncle have diabetes?
No.
Did your grandfather have diabetes?
No.
Oh, then we're good.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, perfect.
They shared perfectly fine blood with each other. There no STDs whatsoever.
Well, they were children, I would hope not.
Well, they were probably like 30. They were also loaded.
Oh my.
Sometimes you got to do that. They're blood brothers.
Well, sometimes you gotta, when nobody's watching, climb to the top of the swing set in the most oldest, like,
grunting and groaning like it's impossible effort.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about, first of all, yeah, Auntie Claire goes, hey, just so you know, my daughter, and that's why they're such good friends, is they both have kids around relatively the same age, doesn't want to have a joint birthday party this year because she wants to be a princess. But you can still come. Be the only parent with a male child at this princess party. And then when Amelia goes, nah, I'm probably not going to do that, Claire gaslights the shit out of her. Like, you know, all this stuff is happening, and now all of a sudden you're just going to reject my invite to a party your kid's going to hate? Oh, I feel terrible.
You mean my daughter is going to have one less gift? One less potential gift, you bitch? That seems what it's more like.
Yeah, so like it was a begrudging invite anyway, because later on in the movie when they're talking, like, it's very obvious that she was just looking for a reason to get this kid out of her fucking life forever.
Oh, for sure.
And so this is just one more thing. Oh, you want to have a princess party? I'm going to make it sound like I tried really hard to convince you otherwise, but we're going to go with that so that I can tell this disheveled woman, this woman who a skeleton looks better than, that she can't have adult fun. Why don't you go back to your shitty, depressing house and just sit there alone with your kid?
Well, she doesn't say that directly to her face.
She basically does, with her tone and feelings.
She for sure says those exact words to her husband, which her daughter overhears. Yeah. So yeah, she does say those things, just not to her face.
That's 100% true. So yeah, while we're 20 feet away on a park bench, there's only two kids in the whole park, and they're both by the swing set. There's enough time of neglect for this fucking kid to climb all the way up to the top of the swing set and stand on top of it like a goddamn Cirque du Soleil performer.
Yeah.
And then we don't get to know really what happens aside from the fact that he's fine and we're driving home and he's screaming.
Well, he's screaming and crying, so I assumed that he fell, but I bet he just got spanked and scolded by the way she's driving home furiously.
Yeah, probably.
Because they're not going to the hospital and she's not concerned.
No.
So, but
this
later
is
on,
just every day with this shithead kid that I had to birth.
Her lack of concern doesn't change throughout the entire film either.
No.
So I was like,
the stakes increase, and she's just like, yeah.
Maybe he did fall, and she was just like, ah.
Fuck it.
So they get home, and we're introduced to two characters in the film. The old lady who lives next door, who's just ready to tell you that you look like shit.
Yep.
And this dog that they have, I guess, they just have now.
Yeah, dog's name is Bugsy.
Who gives a fuck what the dog's name is?
Well, it turns out to not matter very much.
No, it does not.
This dog, shows up like a Babadook in the night because it just doesn't exist until this part of the movie, and like a day's gone by at least.
So I was like, oh, did the neighbor's dog get loose? Nah, that's our dog. We just didn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear it bark or see it in any scene before this.
And fucking Grace. To the point that you made, this old lady neighbor's name is Grace, and she has Parkinson's.
Oh, does she ever?
So when she tells you that you look bad, take that advice and do better. Because she should have felt like, you're looking, because the kid looks tired. She's like, a kid looks tired. You're looking pretty wiped yourself. And look at me. Look at me all the time. That's me saying that.
Yeah, fuck. You look like shit, and your son looks like shit too.
I'm gonna go
and your husband's fucking dead. Is the other thing she says more than one time this film.
Through the door at like 3 a.m.
Hey, psst.
Oh, I just wanted to come check on you because of your dead fucking husband.
I heard a lot of screaming. Is your husband alive in there? I didn't think so. Peace.
I'm gonna watch my soaps late into the night in full view of you so that you could be jealous of how retired and spinster I am. So that you can pine for being by yourself in a house. Quietly.
And that isn't, at the end of the day, that's just kind of what we all want.
It
really.
is.
It's just a nice quiet evening watching Lord knows what.
That's the trophy at the end of the marathon. So fucking, despite being totally disheveled and exhausted, she's like, I'm gonna take out your trash for you because you're an old bitch. And at this point I wrote down, like, the whole thing, the theme of this movie is this woman does everything in her power to brave face while she does things for other people with no reward for herself. She doesn't get up or like a fucking leg up at any point in this movie. It's just shit after shit. And then she's like, yeah, I'll take out this old woman's garbage. Like, take a fucking 20-minute power.
Nah.
No.
Nah. Old people, scary child who I do not love. That's her life.
Who I do not love.
It's very clear. I must make this.
So fucking, yeah, man, it's bedtime. Hey, let's do the fucking, we do under the bed check for monsters. We do closet check for monsters. Hey, go pick a book. All right, Mom, I got this book. Where'd that book come from?
He picks the fattest, oldest, most poppy-uppest book that... Yeah, and again, a book you don't recognize
in your house.
You probably shouldn't just raw dog that. Check to make sure it's appropriate.
Read your children's books first, because you don't know what version of fucking Sleeping Beauty you're getting. Are you getting the one where, you know, she innocently is waiting for a prince, or the one where the prince rapes a girl in a coffin in the woods? Those are, you know.
How about Huckleberry Finn? Which version of Huckleberry Finn are we getting? I'm
not sure there is a good version of Huckleberry Finn to read to a child.
Oh no!
I think it's preserved in its authenticity.
This book is it's a pop-up book.
It is. It's also a pull tab book, which comes into play later.
Oh, for sure it does. So it's and just like seeing it's a pop-up book. 80% of the things that pop up are okay for children, but like the rest of it, no, things that pop up like that, you should probably check your book. Yeah.
What kind of pop-ups are we talking here? Is it a cute rhinoceros? Or is it a horrifying specter on the ceiling?
Or just a boner.
Or a boner. You know, it could have been at any point.
Yeah,
I'm going to take off my funny mask and you're not going to like what's underneath. Boing.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, hey, just check for boners. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
This could be the adult book that got for your bachelorette party.
By mistake, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't remember because you were wasted, but this is a book of boners.
In the dead dad basement. That's where it came from.
Oh my God.
How about this, though? Moreover, a book that you don't know where it came from in your child's bedroom. Don't read it to him. Don't read it to him for night-night.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially... Period. She cracks it open, first page, right the first thing is, you can't get rid of the Babadook. Well, fuck it.
I guess I'm just screwed. I opened the book.
That's enough warning for me.
Yeah.
Throw this in the trash.
But it takes her half a movie to burn it. I would have burnt it the second I found it on the shelf. My kid brings this book over to me and it's red and black with this horrifying thing like 3 pages in. God, waving with his head poked out of the closet like, hey, bud.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, guess what? We're not reading this book and neither is anybody else on Earth.
Yeah, no, you go get Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah,
we're not.
I would rather you be racist than horrified.
We're not reading this trash. You go get Huckleberry Finn.
Go ahead, Catcher in the Rye. I think there's a president that needs killing.
So yeah, that's the first damn page, and then the rest of the book doesn't get any better.
No,
it's all terrible rhyme schemes. There's like zero rhythm to the way she reads it.
The poetry, okay, so because it's supposed to be like Dr. Seuss, kid friendly, so we're gonna have every line rhyme.
But
the poetry in this book is like, it's like watching somebody in a wheelchair try to get up a curb. Like the end result's going to be achieved, but it's going to be a mess in the process.
Well, yeah, it's gonna take a little time to get there.
Yeah, and it might be a little upsetting to watch. They tried really hard to get like the syllable match down. Like a good example is iambic pentameter. Okay, I'll meet you at the road beside the gate. that phrase.
Yeah.
All of the inflections are in, it's like every other, and there's 5 of them.
Okay.
And that's like a line in a poem.
Oh, sure.
Not a fucking lick of that in here. It's just like, they wrote a line with a word at the end, and they were like, okay, whatever the fuck you do, make sure the word at the end of the next sentence fucking rhymes. I don't care if you put an essay in there. You can put Lord of the Rings in between. Just make sure the last word rhymes, you fuck. This is what your $30,000 got you on Kickstarter. She raised, it's a $2.5 million movie. She raised $30,000 of that for off of Kickstarter. And the majority of that $30,000 went to the art department. And this book is what they produced.
No.
If I had one finger on each hand and half a brain, I could glue this book together. It looks like the kid colored it in himself.
It does.
It just somebody got a fucking 1920s typewriter and just hit the caps lock button, wrote some bullshit that rhymes with dead, and was like, here, kid, color it. Good book.
Here, now I want you to leave this in the street so it looks like stained dirt.
Yeah.
Like it's been in a soot pile its entire life.
Yeah, put it in the root cellar below the dead dad basement.
So upon realizing this book has got zero rhythm and it's terrible, she tries to get him to pick another book, and he's like, nah.
This one.
I picked this book. But like nothing in the book this far, like it's like it's like a page in or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing's really that scary. It's a very PG-14 book.
And really amps up the pressure like 3 pages later.
Yeah, because the second you see what the mom saw on the next page, let's get a different book for sure.
Let's fucking probably get a different book because you're already worried about monsters and we haven't even read this yet.
But she puts a very little fight and just like flashes this terrible, this horrible.
Oh, you get to see the worst part. You don't even need the text. You just get to see the bad, horrifying part that I was trying to spare you of.
Oh yeah.
And then we close it. Good night.
Yep. And then immediately, does it hurt the boy? Yeah. Does it hurt the boy, Mom?
I'm not even gonna answer that because there's no good answer for that question.
And he's like, does it hide under the bed? Look, first of all, you clearly saw it come out of a wardrobe.
Yes.
You idiot.
Those are 2 different things. That's why I got kicked out of school. Grades suck.
Now, did you happen to write a summary of the book itself?
Basically, that wheelchair joke was the summary.
Okay.
Because the book is what? Hey, man, you're going to hear somebody knocking on a door that they couldn't have gotten in. And then when I come out, what is he? I'll take off my funny disguise.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Ooh. Yeah,
like you're a flasher in a park.
I tried to summarize it as so it's like, hey, if you see or speak to this Babadook, you're fucked.
Yeah.
He's gonna come knock on your door because he wants to be your friend. In case you were wondering, you're reading his book, you jackass.
As it turns out, having a cloaked man with a huge mouth as a friend, not that great when you're 6.
No. And this guy, he's got a real distinct knock because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He knocks 3 times real sharply like his name.
Yes.
And also that's all he says because he's an asshole.
Yeah, he doesn't make his intentions clear at any point.
And if you
technically he says you can give me the boy later, but I don't think that was him saying that.
I really like the way he said, like, you can give me the boy.
You know, you're allowed.
You absolutely.
I can have him.
I'll be here. Mm-hmm. I'll be here.
Just let me know.
And it's so the final page of this book is he comes for you at night, and if you see him without his clothes on, you'll want to kill yourself. Essentially, it's not word for word, but that's kind of what it says.
So a pedophile.
Yeah. So he's got this disguise on. The disguise is just a shadow.
Yeah.
A shadow and a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing is like he's gonna take that off, and it's gonna get a whole lot worse for you. It's
I think probably in your
yikes.
Children's book be a little bit more specific about the type of worse we're discussing.
And like he takes his clothes off later. There's like a scene
where
she's crawling away, and you see his jacket casually tossed aside, like he's getting ready to love mommy.
Yeah, for the first time. On that note, after this kid goes to bed after being traumatized horribly for probably a decade,
we cut right to this kid bawling while the mom tries to read something lighter.
Yeah, and then also her reading the book in her own bed. Don't know the timeline on that one.
Oh no, that's not here.
And
she goes down to watch TV.
She does.
What does she watch?
Here's the thing, right? I understand that you got to get some you time in. Okay.
You do need some. Everybody needs a little time to themselves.
We gotta get some mum time.
For sure.
In the Duck Book house.
The Duck Book house, yes.
So she's watching TV and it's obviously late because, well, there's a phone sex line.
Yeah.
Right there. And the fucking advertisement says, "It's that time of night again." Oh!
Welcome back.
We're doing this a lot, huh? And the TV knows.
Did you catch the phone number?
No.
1-900-646 easy.
Nice. Just in case you thought phone sex was hard. We're here to air that rumor right out.
When the son goes to sleep, the mother watches erotic TV.
So what she ends up doing actually is clicking away from that.
Yeah.
Because transactional intercourse doesn't interest her because her husband's dead.
No.
What she ends up seeing that inflames her loins is just two people kissing. Just two people kissing. And then guess what time it is?
Well, she pulls out the old sewing basket. That's what time it is.
Sewing basket.
It's an old sewing basket.
I didn't know sewing baskets vibrated. Also, it's a little bit dangerous having that many tiny pins in your bed.
For real? Well, I mean, it was not the sewing basket that's vibrating. It's what's inside the sewing basket. I was trying to be very polite.
See.
I wanted you to reveal that it was a great big, old-looking vibrator that, honestly, I thought was an old cordless phone. Until
it's the vibrator fucking Freud used on women.
Like until she started jamming it on her clitoris. I was like, who's she calling? Why does she have a secret phone?
Well, she wants to make sure they hear the right stuff.
So mom's vibing.
Yeah.
She's vibing out. And
then this kid bursts into the room and ruins her nut.
Oh boy, just because a rustle in his closet.
Yeah.
And like
she's like, fucking, I was right there.
She was moments from spitting venom.
Yes.
And now her son is sleeping in the bed with her.
Yeah, great.
Mom.
2 feet's not enough. Yeah. Also that. I wrote that right down. The fucking kid gets into the bed, right? And what did I write? Because it's hilarious. She pushes her kid into bed with the same hand that was just in the lobster trap. No! She does, though. It's her fucking right hand. It was the one under the covers.
Don't you call it that.
That's why.
Don't you say that word to me.
I had to do one better because I made a joke. I don't remember if it was the last one or the one before. I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street. About how whatever it was doesn't smell like a fucking lake trout. And you glossed right over that. It's like, I can't have it. Yeah. Drink that coffee off of that phrase I just used.
Oh my god.
Yup.
Oh no.
But that's where we're at.
Oh shit.
We're so far into how this woman can't have a second of peace and relaxation to herself that she can't even jill one night.
Thank you for using that because I wanted to use it, but I didn't want to explain what it was.
She can't even jill off in her own bed.
Yeah, she can't spill the Jill.
You made it better. Oh, you made it so much better.
Oh, and for those of you who are like, I don't get it.
Well, think about it.
Go ahead and hold up your, left hand, your right hand.
Yeah.
Look at that for a second. And then see the letter Jill.
Yeah.
And now be upset.
Or, fucking old nursery rhymes. Jack and Jill. They went up the hill to get a pail of water. Well, they found another kind of wetness up there, and it wasn't quite the one they were looking for. You can't fill a bucket with that.
No. So yeah, now
Unless you're into water sports.
Now we get her reading in the bed because obviously you can't do what you were doing with your child a foot away from you.
And what is she reading about?
I have no idea.
I looked at the book and I processed the title, but I can't remember what the fuck it possibly could have been about.
Honestly,
I'm inclined to think it was actually about sewing.
I saw the book and I was like, this fucking nerd. Fucking nerd. And then I just tuned it out.
What are you reading, a fucking book?
Oh my god.
Move that TV up into your bedroom.
So yeah, she's reading and she hears like something catches her attention.
Yeah.
She looks up and there's 3 distinct knocks.
Oh, in my house at night?
And like footsteps in my house at night. I better go to bed immediately.
I'd better take a nap about it.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed and put the blanket over my head.
Yeah.
And over my son's head because nobody sleeps like that.
Let me tell you right now. You're only, so when the kid comes in, right, you hear the shit and it just turns out to be the kid, right? And then the kid's in the bed, she's trying to fucking read. You hear the knocking again, and her way of protecting herself and her offspring is to get under the covers.
Nice.
That'll stop a murderer.
What's a down?
Yeah.
Those feathers will fight back. They're pointy.
Yeah, they'll fuck your shit right out.
You catch a feather the wrong way, it's like ow.
It's like sleeping in a porcupine.
So next day, Sam's off to spend the day with his aunt,
Yeah.
and he's not allowed to bring his catapult or monster talk.
You better not fucking mention the only thing on your mind because you're sick and scared. You better not bring that up once.
Yep, better not. And at work, it's bingo either day or night, probably day.
Let's fucking talk about Amelia's version of bingo.
Well, let's talk about how she's named Amelia.
Yeah.
Fucking Amelia Bedelia. That's all I got. Nobody's named Amelia anymore. I'm just kidding. There's
Nobody's been named Amelia since 1806.
There's plenty of Amelias out there.
I'm sure there are.
Because there's at least Amelia Bedelia.
And Earhart.
Wow.
And then the French version, which is just Amélie, because they like to shorten things in French.
Duh.
Yep.
Duh.
So what's going on at bingo? Fucking Amelia's version of bingo is just some numbers.
Just saying horrible things because nobody's paying attention to words.
If you find out that she's fucking around on purpose because all these people are fucking brain crippled.
Well, you gotta have some fun.
Yeah.
For the ones who aren't brain crippled, they're probably like,
I don't like playing this either.
But by the way, she's not very good at calling bingo because she's just saying the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't say a single letter the whole time.
You gotta say the letter.
Otherwise, how do you make the box? I need to know. Oh, 11? Well, there's 5 of them.
There shouldn't be. There's only one. But you gotta say the letter.
I want to say there's like 1 per column or 1 per every 2 columns or something like that. Anyway, yeah. And then she just goes, a billion? And that just happens to be when her supervisor's looking. Like, okay, but you're yelling it across the quiet nursing home. Mm-hmm. Of course she's going to hear you just saying fake numbers to poor people with dementia.
Oh, yeah. She says that. She's also like, another few days and someone could call out bingo.
Yeah, because of how fucking slow these old fucks move.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
So then you get Robbie, Mr. Sexist, comes in. He's like, hey, listen.
I'll cover the latter third of your day.
Yeah, go take care of your son. I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why he believes that her son is sick is because instead of explaining to her place of employment, yeah, he got kicked out of school, I'm just going to say that he's sick.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm late.
Yeah, because she didn't wake up until 9 because she's having a duck dream.
Don't call it that.
That's what a fucking... The context is important here because she just had a vibrator out too. And he looks big.
She's going for duck.
Yeah, she's going to get that... Ew.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Duck.
So
that's the fucking Vietnamese taxi. Oh shit.
So describe this mental health day she takes. Instead of going to look after her sick son, what does she do?
Well, because she dropped off her son at Claire's house under the warning that you'd better not talk about the thing you're going to talk about. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go to the mall and get ice cream and sit in the most depressed mental health day I have ever seen.
Yeah, don't mind.
I'm going to get a small McDonald's soft serve to myself, and I'm going to sit on the one couch in the dead center of a mall in my nurse's outfit. I'm not even going to go home and get dressed.
Oh, you're asking me to leave? Well, I'll just go to my car and perv out on people making out in the car next to me.
Yeah, I'm going to stare longingly at 2 people making out within full view of them.
Given my track record for watching people make out, it would be terrible if I were to, I don't know, do what I'm going to do in the car. Mental health starts at masturbation.
Holy shit. And her mental health day gets fucking wholly interrupted.
10 missed calls.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Check your phone every once in a while. Holy moly.
That ice cream was transcendental.
Yeah.
She couldn't have checked her phone while she was eating that.
That fucked her up for an hour.
Yeah, man. It must have been THC ice cream.
So what is the one thing that Sam, her child, by the way, I don't know if his name is Samuel.
It was Samuel and Amelia, and then we have Claire and, Claire's daughter, whose name I don't know.
I think it's Robin? No,
Okay.
no, Robbie's the guy.
Yeah, Robbie's the guy.
We'll come to it. I jotted it down when it became important.
Bitch daughter.
Bitch.
Horrible bully of a daughter.
Yep. That's
How's that?
Straight up bitch daughter.
So, Samuel, when on the way to being supervised by the kindly aunt who's trying her best to be a good friend despite having friends with much more pleasant things going on, as we learn, he took the advice from his mother and promptly went, yeah, fuck that. I'm going to talk about this monster all day. I'm going to talk about and to this monster in someone else's house.
He's going to address that monster by name and make eye contact with it.
I'm going to look him right in his eye. He's sitting right beside you like fucking Haley Joel Osment, The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, it really is.
And then fucking surprised when people don't take too well to that behavior.
Yeah, because a child has never had an imaginary friend, and even Claire says that that's not normal.
You raise a really good point, actually. Claire treats a fucking imaginary friend like the fucking child is, I don't know, a goddamn, like a Slumdog Millionaire. Like, he's so fucking unique for having an imaginary friend, the thing that every child has.
She treats him like he should be an award.
Yeah.
Like
having an imaginary friend is like the most anomalous shit for a 6-year-old.
Yeah, that's clearly a sign of trauma. Yeah. Is speaking to somebody who's not there for sure. Your child's busted.
Yeah. Your child's busted. Yeah, my kid never talks to any imaginary friends. Probably because you force her to hang around with your other mom friends' kids 24/7. This tightly knit fucking cloistered group of wearing funeral clothes to a kid's birthday party friends that you got.
Karens
abound.
Just Karens.
Every single fucking Karen congregates in one house in Australia.
That and they're fucking hellspawn bitch kids.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, we'll get to that. I hate these kids so much.
Yeah, man. No, I get it.
It says, I don't understand why having an imaginary friend was such a big deal.
Dude, I had like 6 because I lived in Goderich and all my real friends were like a 10-minute drive away.
Hey, man, you got to talk to somebody. And so they're like, Sam, we're going home. And in protest, I don't know, Sam's got those whiz-bang poppers that you throw at the ground and they snap crackle.
Yeah. I can't remember, fucking, they're not cherry bombs, but there's something like that.
Yeah, so he like throws those down in protest, and she's like, where did you get those? You bought them for me off the internet, Mom. Well, that's the end of the internet. She's just buying shit for her son. She doesn't even know what the hell she's getting them.
You're never going to play Neopets again.
That's the end of the internet for everyone.
As a matter of fact, I'm not going to use it.
Nobody should ever whiz bang around me ever again.
So now we've cut off yet another mode of communication to the outside world. So we're just getting into isolation mode here. Oh yeah? You're going to alienate me from my friend Aunt Claire? Well, I'm going to alienate you from Much Music chat rooms.
You'll never know what the most popular tracks of the week were. You'll have to find out through the radio.
Which will fit the time period we apparently live in, given the fucking media we consume here.
Yeah, Sam tells his mom that she'll be afraid of the Babadook when he kills her and eats her insides.
Yeah, like not even just he's gonna kill you. No, he's gonna eat you after you're dead also.
Yeah, but before he does that, he wants to scare you.
Yeah.
He wants to scare you before the face reveal.
Well, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that indeed.
How's that?
Fuck that up and down.
They fucking get home and Robbie brings over flowers and fucking, I don't know, a box of chocolates, I assume. And then Samuel gives them the my dad's dead treatment. Just like the woman in the grocery store, but 10 times worse. Because he's like, I hate you, Mom, and like, you're the reason Dad's dead or some shit like that.
This happens later in the film, but what he's like, so this guy comes over like mid-fight. And he's like, so I got you this model airplane because you're sick. And the mom's like, he's not sick. He's just a bad kid.
Yeah, that totally is what she says.
And then he's like...
Because the ghost got given up at that point.
Oh, what does he say? He says something like, you don't let me have any fun and you don't let me have a dad either.
Yeah, that's exactly what he says. And then Robbie was like, oh, I didn't know that was on the table.
And he fucking
Or at least that's what he thought because he disappears for the rest of the movie. He's gone.
Oh, they don't even show him leaving. No. Honestly, it's just a poof of dust and he's gone.
Like a fucking Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
Shit, I better get out of this horrible situation before she thinks I like her.
Yeah, no. We're at the part where the mom just like, you're not having a birthday party, you little shit.
Oh, yeah. I decided we're not having a birthday party this year with, Ruby.
Yeah, it's probably Ruby or some dumb name like that.
Yeah.
And so he's like down in the basement just disrespecting his dead father's surroundings. He's like throwing those poppers down on like his sheet music.
Yeah.
He's fucking up pictures.
Oh my god, I forgot that happened.
Oh, and he's like, yeah, what's up? It's the magic show. I'm just fucking shit up.
Yeah, nothing in my hands though.
He's got
keep that in mind.
For some reason, he's got the crossbow back.
Yeah, no, that's just when teachers confiscate weapons from children, they generally give them back to the parents.
And the mom's just like, you know how this was a big fucking problem?
I'll just keep it around.
Yeah, here, have this. Please.
I'll just keep that in the catapult just around.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, and then she gives him heck, and then the sexist coworker drops by.
Yeah. He should be because I wrote down right there that a fucking model plane, let alone, okay, first of all, right? If I'm sick, right? Mm-hmm. The last thing that I want as a gift when I'm sick is an intricately small series of parts to assemble together by a manual with instructions.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest. Let alone when I'm not sick, I also will take that fucking present and I'll throw it back in your face.
You mean you don't want to feel sick while assembling a small, intricate puzzle that is held together by a substance that, if you're around it for too long, you feel sick?
Yeah, that's what I want when I'm nauseous. Architecture.
And fucking glue addiction.
And a glue addict, yeah. That's the best part of the box. As Chris Griffin found out quickly.
So what this fucking guy...
This is all I do now.
This fucking coworker comes in, and yeah, they're like mid-argument, and the mom's like, how many 6-year-olds do you know who still believe in monsters? All of them! Every single one!
Every single one.
It's a rarity to find a well-put-together 6-year-old who's got his shit about him.
By the way, also the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus, I know, okay? I already know that shit. Any 6-year-old who's not afraid of monsters is the 6-year-old that goes to school and ruins nice things for other children.
He's the one who's like, oh shit, it's a library day? Let me get those science books.
Yeah, get the science books, and then also, like, when you die, there's nothing. There's no God, Mom says.
Yeah, I had a kid like that in my school.
Oh, and fucking God.
He used to make fun of me, so I posted on my website that somebody should punch him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day it happened.
Oh, did you think he willed that into existence?
Well, the cops sure did. The cops came to my school and they're like, hey, so yeah, he got punched in the face. You're lucky he didn't read your website, but we saw your website. And I was like,
oh my God.
You saw my website?
Oh, fuck.
You saw my free servers website?
Sick.
Dope. What did you think of the pictures? I had a lot of pictures I had just taken from Funny Junk.
Nice.
And they didn't like those either because a lot of them were very rude.
They didn't like the memes.
They didn't like the memes or the jokes or the one where it was like I'll remember.
Little did we all know Matt used to run Icon Has Cheeseburger.
I had a very ballin' website in my grade 8 class. There was a chat room on there where people would talk shit about other people. And
did they actually?
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God.
And it was like, whoops, this is you guys. But there was a picture. I had the picture of the child with Down syndrome who's like winning the race. And it's like, arguing on the internet is like, yeah. The cops didn't like that one. That was like specifically like you can't. That's not even funny. And I'm like,
I mean, I beg to differ.
The watermark says Funny Junk.
Yeah.
So
it's either one or the other.
Yeah.
Chances are both.
You're a cop, and famously, you're a bastard. So I'm.
You guys aren't too well known for your sense of humor.
Yeah. Anyway.
Amazing.
So yeah, she won't let me have a birthday or a dad.
Yeah.
That's right. You don't get to have shit all, kid.
And then fucking, yeah, Robbie's like, well, I mean, I foolishly thought that I could just prey on a strung out old woman.
No. He leaves. They might as well have had the door spinning in the middle, like a revolving door,
flapping back and forth at light speed like a saloon.
Yeah, like that, or a Robbie-shaped hole next to the door because he missed.
Oh my God, I would have loved that. It certainly fits the cartoonishness of this fucking Babadook when it shows up.
We honestly should have got the flowers just spinning in the air as he left.
Yeah. The flowers and the chocolates, yeah, floating. Oh my God. I wonder if she ate those. She probably rubbed them on her.
Ugh.
So, yeah, how the fuck... That's when I wrote down, how do you load the catapult from the back? Because he's still got it. Mm-hmm. And, okay, you're talking about the monster at Claire's house and causing her to alienate herself from me. Like, because she's afraid of my life and its situation.
Yeah.
I'm going to take away the toys that are threatening.
But
no, that thought doesn't fucking cross anybody's head.
Here's your crossbow.
Yeah, great.
So
Take it.
We go downstairs to find that, the child's been fucking up all of my memories of my dead husband that I keep locked down here where I Jill off.
Yep.
My Jill room.
My Jack and Jill room.
It's the basement.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's like clothes that are oddly arranged on the wall in a very Babadook fashion.
I don't know why in every movie there's got to be a coat rack that has the longest, bulkiest trench coat on it.
Well,
there's not even a man of the house.
This one's in the basement, so it's like, oh, we'll put that away.
Put it in a trunk.
Nobody's wearing that long black trench coat and that hat anymore.
Nobody's going to a fucking Sherlock Holmes Victorian ball tomorrow.
Were you married to a private investigator from the 50s? Jesus.
Does the fucking coat have a corncob pipe within?
It might as well. We go just upstairs. Mom's making glop.
Yeah.
Just a white paste.
Because if there's one thing to be noted about single moms in Australia, they love glue. They love glue as a meal. Somehow, when she's eating it, she finds glass in it. It's only in her bowl, though. None in Sam's. I would have still eaten it because look at what you've given me. Oh, there's glass in here? Maybe I'll die.
Yeah,
instead of finishing this bowl of shit.
Well, she made it. If she didn't like it, she could make any fucking thing. But
That's
she chose
100% true.
She chose to put flour and water and mix it together until it became something that would stick in their stomach.
Not a biscuit in sight.
She had all the ingredients to biscuits. She just didn't put it in the oven.
Yeah. And even like, what am I dipping these grits in? Nothing. I'm just eating straight grits.
Grits and bread.
Like I mined the dumpster out back of a Waffle House.
Hey, stop talking about the Babadook, or it's grits and bread for the rest of your life.
Holy fuck! It's like microwaved ice cream. There's no consistency whatsoever.
Yeah. So
from now on, we eat like kittens.
Textureless, flavorless glop. It's what's for dinner now with glass.
Yes.
Now with glass.
Mm-hmm. It's like adding the extra 2 scoops of raisins in the bran.
Mm-hmm. What I like is, of course the Babadook did it. That's the child, he just snitches right there and then.
The kid that you pissed off by canceling his birthday and then also he resents you for letting his dad die. When you find glass in your soup, I'll just take him at his word that it was a ghost.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So go watch a DVD, you little shit.
Yeah, go watch the only DVD that I've ever seen you watch in the past 4 years because it's a magic DVD. And you know that if he has that, that's what's on TV. I'm watching the magic DVD right now.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to get better.
Oh, what time is it? It doesn't matter. Let's watch the magic DVD.
SpongeBob is on?
Magic.
I gotta learn the same magic trick over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I think if I see it for the 15th time, I'll be able to produce the dove alive.
Mom, we're gonna need to go to the dove store. I want to. This one. I didn't even do the trick and it died.
That's why That's why they're eating like shit in this house. She's spending all her money on fucking doves
and magic tricks and explosions from midair that she purchases off the internet without knowing.
Fucking AliExpress firecrackers.
These fucking demon books.
And books, yeah.
Yeah.
What happens is fucking 8 o'clock rolls around. She goes into a fugue state and then puts on the Home Shopping Network.
She's got sundowners, is what you're saying.
Yes.
She goes upstairs after I don't know if he's finished this DVD, but I don't know. You get her going upstairs and you see him dart out of her room and into his room.
Yeah.
And she goes in there. She finds her most precious photo.
Mm-hmm.
All fucked up.
All kinds of
And you know who did it? Well, that's got to be Sam.
Well, no. It sure is.
Well, no, yeah. That's clearly the work of the Babadook. Now, this is first I'm hearing of said Duke.
Yeah, I'm noticing a trend.
Yes.
It seems as though every time you do something I'm going to get pissed off at, it's the ghost's fault.
Wow, you're really using this ghost as a scapegoat here.
A scapegoat, if you will.
Ooh, and I will. I absolutely will.
Well, you'd better.
So she comes in guns a-blazing, immediately blames Sam, and dude goes for his catapult backpack like, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch.
Yeah. Like, in the time it takes, I could stride all the way across the room and slap the shit out of you before you got that thing even loaded up. Before you got even one strap on your shoulder, you're on the ground.
Yeah, on the ground and being spanked just with no mercy. Oh my god. And then I don't know. I'm not sure where he was going with this, but then, yeah, Sam's like, do you want to die?
Yeah. Well, the whole point is, right, like, he's supposed to be the guardian, the protector, right? So she's giving him a hard time, and he's like, listen, I'm the only thing stopping the Babadook from getting all up in your puss, which is probably what you want because it's been so long.
So she's cold clamming. He's
Yes.
just getting cold clammed.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're the one who said it.
I don't think the Babadook is trying to get in there.
Well, he does.
He
takes an unconventional opening, but he goes right in.
All right. Fine. So now it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
It's nighttime, and everybody's in bed.
You got this. I didn't write shit down until the birthday party.
Okay. All you miss is the boy gets out of bed because he fucking hears a noise, and then his cupboard crashes. And then he's just like, don't let him in. Don't let him in.
Right. He's having like a fucking...
a fit.
The first of a couple seizures that he has in this movie.
And, of course, she solves the seizure by ripping the book up. Because clearly the book is the problem.
This is when she destroys the book for the first time and puts it in the garbage, despite having a perfectly working barbecue out back.
Yeah, and this rickety wooden house. This is where you start to see that... I don't know if she's just not paying for her electricity, but these lights flicker.
The lights suck. Every time that there's a light breeze outside, if I lived in there, I'm going to think the Babadook is around.
Oh,
because
man.
everything knocks 3 times.
Well, how do you sleep at night when your house is entirely made out of wood? It would be a symphony of creaks.
Yes. No surprise that some of them sound like 3 knocks and footsteps.
Well, here we are at Ruby's birthday party.
Where everyone is dressed like they're at a fucking funeral. Like they're at Ruby's wake. Like this is the scene in The Sixth fucking Sense where Haley Joel Osment goes to the house of the kid that dies, and then the kid's like, the ghost of the kid is like, hey, look at this tape of me being poisoned by the nanny. Meanwhile, it's just parents sad in the living room.
I don't remember that part, but that's really funny that there's
It's fucked up. It's one of 2 parts that legitimately scared me in that movie.
I like that they just had the tape. It's like, we'll keep that tape around. Don't
It's
worry.
under the bed. She hid it. That was the whole point. It was the ghost showing him. Because ghosts are capable of touching and moving actual objects, as it turns out.
I forgot how ghosts can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Right. So our introduction to Ruby is just her being an ungrateful little bastard.
Yeah, I already have this one.
Yeah, well, we'll fucking smile. We'll throw it out. We'll throw it out later.
Fine. Smile once. I'll get you a better one at some point.
How about a thank you, you cunt?
And then, yeah, like, well, how's your single mom life going? You know, as a matter of fact, I know that you look horrible right now. So, in order to make you feel better, I'm going to share with you a story about how I look down on the ones who I work with in your exact situation. I take time out of my busy schedule to counsel people who are having a psychological meltdown, and you resemble them.
The phrase is disadvantaged woman.
Yeah, let's talk about what it is, though. Chick with postpartum depression. All right? Because that's what we're dealing with here. And let me tell you, not the time. Because throughout this movie... First of all, Amelia's already so pissed that she's like, fucking Sam, go play right now.
Yeah.
Go fucking play.
And like it's clear this kid does not want to play.
No, because it's all girls at this party.
Yeah, so of course he's just hanging out with his mom who dragged him here to have fun, I don't know where.
And then when he tries to show her physical affection, promptly rip that boy from your arms like it's a monkey you want off your back. Tear that off like a fucking nicotine patch. That poor boy's affectionate hug.
Just peel him off.
Oh my God. And then, yeah, this woman fucking, that's the straw. That's the final straw right there. Hey, guess what? Fuck you and your friends. Fuck you, Claire, and all your bitch friends.
I forget exactly what she says, but
that's what she says, dude.
Yeah. She claps back hard.
Oh my God.
I think they're like, oh, and I just don't have time to go to the gym. And she's like, well, you know what? Fuck you and your gym, you cunts.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're Australian, so they say cunt a lot.
Even so fucking like passive-aggressively disrespectful, but it's so aggressive that it turns active. Like, that must be so hard for you that you can't work out. I'm on the brink of suicide.
My son speaks to fucking ghosts.
In the house.
We've all got things.
Yeah, man.
So where Sam decides to go, Sam goes to the tree fort.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to the tree fort to just find some solitude away from this terrible princess party he's been dragged to.
And let me tell you, even as a 7-year-old, because Ruby is the one who finds him, and he's 7 now because it's her birthday. If I climb up the ladder to my treehouse and I see a boy cowering, hugging his knees in the corner, I'm probably not going to try and make his life worse by being mean. Looks like you're having a hard go. I'm going to save the razzing for when you have a smile next month.
Yeah, you know, TV's in the living room.
He's got more important things going on than me telling him all about how my mom doesn't like him.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm going to let every horrible thing I've overheard while my parents are talking fly right now. Also, your fucking dad's dead. Also, your dad's dead so he could get away from you.
You're not even good enough to have a dad. Everyone else has one and you don't.
Oh my God.
Is the words that come out of her goddamn mouth.
Like, he sat there and endured that for much longer than I as an adult would if somebody said that to me.
And like, you're going to stand there and say that to me
on the edge of a cliff?
10 feet from the ground?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to win this argument in a second.
Go ahead and stand in that opening. It's going to make me easier to clap back.
Yeah. This scene, you get fucking Ruby saying these disrespectful things to this poor child.
And at the same time, Amelia and Claire sitting on a bench, and Claire's trying to explain how terrible Amelia is.
Yeah, they're arguing about like why she isn't over her dead husband yet.
Yeah. Oh, because that takes some time sometimes.
Nah. Also, I can't stand being around your son, is what she also says to her.
In the meantime, too, like, Amelia's just like, you don't ask me a single question about myself once. And then she goes, yes, I do. I just hate your son. So, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. You could be the best listener on earth. You just undid all of that work.
And then cut to fucking Sam just giving this poor girl a "This is Sparta."
Yeah.
Just
real good.
Pushing her, and he pushes her backwards, but
she lands on her face.
She sure does. She sure does fall out of that tree face first there.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know why.
There. Yeah, she hits her face so hard that she gets a bloody nose, which, now, on the spectrum of falling out of a treehouse injuries, a bloody nose isn't worth stopping the party over.
Well, we learned later that her nose was busted in 2 places.
That's fine. Kids, you're not going to know that at the time. That shit happens on every playground twice a week.
Yeah, I think you just reset your nose and keep playing. You just like jam 2 fingers, like a finger in each nostril, and just like crunch it, and that's how you reset a nose.
Or you go like on the bent side and you just push that shit back into alignment. It's fine.
Yeah. Every movie I've seen, it's just a crunch and you're fine.
So Claire fucking totally overblows this her response to her child's bloody nose by basically going, "Get the fuck out of here forever."
Look, she fell like 10 feet.
Yeah.
She fell out of a damn tree.
And she got away relatively fine.
Her nose is busted in 2 places.
Hey, Sam, right before you pushed my daughter out of the tree fort, was she saying anything to you specifically? Yeah, the worst things I've ever heard in my life. Oh, well, that makes sense.
All right.
To play.
Now,
I'm going to take my daughter upstairs and talk to her all about how she got what she deserved.
When you put it like that, Jay.
You know?
When you put it like that.
So you need to go fucking send this fucking kid to a doctor. So she's like, all right, fine. I'll take the advice of the woman who hates me now.
Yeah, the mom tries to smooth out the situation by screaming, "Why can't you just be normal?"
Yeah, while they're alone in the car together.
Because my dad died.
That's a reason.
And I can't go a day without it being rubbed in my face.
Yeah. Every time I can see in your eyes that every time you look in my face, you see my dead dad.
And so this is where you get like the boy Season.
Yeah.
And he
has a bad go.
Screaming at his imaginary friend, telling the Babadook to
get out of the car.
Yeah, and then he's just like
Thank God.
That's the sound of a medical emergency.
There's bystanders that aren't like, oh, I want no part of this.
Just keep walking. Just keep.
Right.
They're having a nice conversation. Just
keep
walking.
The episode of Family Guy where they talk about fucking domestic abuse, and it's like, or it's American Dad, and it's like, just remember, most domestic abuse cases are just 2 people working some stuff out. I don't care what you thought you saw. Just keep your eyes down and keep moving.
I feel like that goes for parenting. More so.
Yeah, that, dude?
Because
like, you think this is bad? It's just a Wednesday.
Yeah, you honestly don't know what he did. Oh my god. So yeah, they go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, so we'll get him a psychiatrist in a couple weeks. And she's like, nah, just pills, please. I need the pills.
Right. The psychiatrist sounds great. Can you just kill him briefly? Can you just make him like he's dead until then? Like, well, doctor's like, most moms, they're a little bit hesitant. She's like, give me those fucking pills. I don't give a shit.
And how many can I legally have?
Just give me the maximum allowable amount.
I want, and like in a Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
Because I need easy access to these pills I'm going to be loading into my son.
I need the experience to be fun for him. Hey, mommy, is it pill time? You bet! It's noon.
It's noon o'clock.
The fucking first thing that she does with those pills is just abuse them.
Oh my god.
It's like fucking later on in the movie, it's like broad daylight and the kid comes out and it's like, I took my pills and I feel sick. It's like fucking 9 in the morning.
Oh my god. She fucking, well, right after she gets the pills, like cut to just like she's applying the pills to her son.
Yes.
And her son's like, why don't people like me? Just take your pills.
Just shut the fuck up
How
and go
about
to sleep.
The pills?
Yeah. The pills will love you unconditionally.
The pills will make you feel that way.
You just have to put them in your mouth.
And then he downs those pills like a champ.
And then it's 11 o'clock and he's still asleep. And she goes in to check on him. And then when she turns around, realizing that her fucking nightmare of a child is asleep still, has the biggest shit-eating grin on her face. She's like, fuck yes. Oh. I hope he doesn't wake up.
She barely checks to see if he's breathing.
No.
Right before he passes out, he's like, hey, can you stay here and sleep with me, Mom?
Sure.
Because like at every turn, this child just takes the opportunity to be an inconvenience.
Yes.
And then he's like, oh, Mommy, I love you. And she's like, me too. I also love me.
That's nearly as bad as the Harrison Ford I know in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's worse because
It's
she's
worse
like,
because
you
it's to
love
a
me?
child.
I fucking love me.
Thanks, man. I'm great.
You want another pill? You're trying to butter me up for pills, eh?
So she fucking goes downstairs, and this is where I get pissed off at the movie, because movies always have a scene where somebody checks a door for knocks, and then, oh, there's nobody out there. I'm going to close it and turn my back to it immediately. Are you retarded? At worst, it's like a teen prankster. At best. At worst, it's a guy making sure that somebody's home to check to see who is at the door. Oh, a frail woman? Cool. I'll come in next time.
At medium, it's the Babadook.
Yes.
Yeah, so this kid passes right the fuck out after being friend-zoned by his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes and floats back down into her bed.
Yes.
With her clothes on and does not cover her body up like a robot.
That's true.
Sleeping on top of the covers.
And on her back, which, like, I don't have sleep apnea, but I'm also an adult. If I sleep on my back, I snore like a motherfucker.
I can only sleep like a cave person, knowing that my vital organs are protected by a sheet of fabric at least.
Yeah.
I need that blanket over me.
It's the first layer. It's a barrier between you and immediately being murdered. Mm-hmm. Because in order to murder, somebody has to pull the sheet back. Hopefully that gives you enough time to do something about it.
Yeah, when I'm stabbed in my bed, I want there to be just a flurry of feathers in this guy's face. That's going to be how you catch him. Like,
also, like, I'd rather, because that's just a sheet and a blanket to wash. Whereas if I'm not under something, my blood's getting all over everything.
That's fair.
That's a lot of cleanup.
That's really fair. You want that nice absorbent sheet.
Yeah.
And it's fucking 11 a.m.
Yep.
That's
too late for a child to sleep.
Yeah, but nah, he's still there.
Cool. He's still in the house. Fine. Everything's fine.
Fucking passed out in bed still.
So this fucking Babadook book is like Annabelle, because it keeps showing up after you throw it away. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's back, and it's got a couple new pages.
Well, what are those? And a couple new pages, a couple new pop-ups.
Yep.
For sure. And what do those new pages say?
Well, first of all, I've never seen break a dog's neck pull tab in a children's book, so kudos to Scholastic for being innovative.
Yeah,
this point.
they really drove it home. These like how much you would actually struggle breaking a dog's neck.
Yeah.
With how much the pull tab actually struggles with.
Which was hilarious for me to think about because, like, from her reading the book perspective, and then later on when, like, she strangles her child to death in the book and then cuts her throat and blood comes out, like, she has to keep pulling these tabs back and forth the whole time.
Yeah,
she's like, I kill that dog? Let me see that shit again.
Oh my god, pull it nice and slow this time.
I want to make sure I do it right. Oh my fuck.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think the book basically says like, hey, the more you deny me, the stronger I get. Here's some more terrible rhymes as well.
I'm never gonna fucking. Don't worry because you'll never again get wet. That's about as good as the fucking the poetry in this book is. I'm a scary ghost. Boo.
Boo.
Hope you're not of the Jewish persuasion.
Yeesh.
That's just.
So, fucking book barbecue. She burns the book, and then she gets probably the most fucking disrespectful response from her sister when she's like, her sister calls and she's like, yeah, she needs surgery to fix her fucked up face.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, I'll pay for it. And she's like, you can't even pay for your bills. And so they hang up. And then the next call is just a metal dude.
Yeah.
Just a metal dude just saying Babadook.
It's Varg Vikernes from Burzum on the phone. And he wants to know how many knocks it takes before you let him in.
Yeah, he's calling to open up the goddamn pit.
Yeah, he wants you to back up for the wall of death.
Oh, so that prompts Amelia to go to the police, who laugh at her.
They laugh in her face, and then also, while she's explaining the story, she's like, yeah, I burned the book, but I think it's a stalker because he's been calling me. And he says the same lines from the book. And the cop's like, oh, you burnt that book? You're lying. Oh, you burnt that book? I'm going to look down and pretend to write things, but you're clearly a basket case.
The Australians have just a really fun way of talking, a really delightful way of saying things like, you burnt the book. But that's not even it, because that's a British. I can't.
Oh,
the way he says
the book you burnt.
You've burnt the book.
Yeah.
I don't know how he says it, but he says it in a way where it's like, you fucking stupid idiot. Why would you come in here?
Why would you destroy evidence and then try to build a case?
Yeah. So what do you want us to do? Is basically the way he says it.
It's like, oh, I could send a call round.
Yeah. She comes in, she's like, yeah, I got a stalker, left me a children's book, but she leaves off the most upsetting part until she's prompted to give more information.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell me the book is full of violent images of you killing your child.
Yeah.
Just tell me it's a children's book on your porch, because that's...
Left it for me. And also he called once.
Yeah, And did you record the call? Well, Babadook.
Yeah. How
He
would I do
said
that?
Babadook. The book
did.
says Babadook.
He actually said Dook 3 times. Now, I don't use some of your detective knowledge to sort of figure out what that means, but I feel threatened. I feel threatened by somebody saying nonsense words to me over the phone in the evening. This woman would be horrible getting calls from fake Chinese people about her credit card payments bouncing and Amazon purchases. She's going to the cops every night.
Oh, yeah.
This Indian guy said I ordered something on Amazon. I don't even remember doing it.
It's the same sounding guy. He called me up and said he was from the CRA, and I owe him several Google Play cards.
Oh, my God. It's a stalker. It's either a stalker or a ghost officer. Can we investigate this?
Oh my God.
It must be a ghost because the first phone call came from Newfoundland and the second one from BC. How did he get across the country in a day?
These ghosts got fucking ghost wires they're traveling across.
I didn't know ghosts had bullet trains.
They have access to them. If they got a wallet, they can pay for a ticket. She looks behind the cop and there's a perfect Babadook outfit.
Yeah.
Claws and all.
Once again, I don't think cops wear gloves that long.
Not for like
the
anything.
fucking Babadook's hands are like the penguin in Batman.
Yeah, he's got...
The 1981 with Danny DeVito.
Oh, for sure. That's the only one I care about.
Yeah.
He's got like the Freddy Krueger claws, basically.
Yeah, 2 of them. 2 sets.
He's got jazz hands and spirit fingers.
He does. He'd be
throughout
really
this
good on
entire
Broadway.
film.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing, is he sneaks up on you and then he shows you his fucking spirit fingers, and
It's like the fucking Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth.
it's very close to that. but worse.
So she fucking, the dog, she comes home and she's like, hey, my dog. And the dog's like, fuck you, bitch. I want nothing to do with you.
I saw that book you left. I saw that book.
So we left Sam with Grace this time. And Grace really likes to bring up delicate subjects with a 6-year-old. Really a huge fan of that.
Hey there, Sonny. Your dad's dead.
Your dad's dead.
Your father's dead, and she's not coming back, Sonny. Now, would you like a cookie? Your dad's dead, and
I have Parkinson's.
And also, your father, he used to also say a lot of things. He's dead now, though. He doesn't say much. And
You
also,
better not be saying anything.
why have I spilt my tea? It's the Parkinson's, sweetie. Also, you look like shit. Now,
His grandma's the best fucking character in the whole movie. She just tells it as it is.
She is. Like, she just fucking comes in just to stir the pot, and then she leaves.
Fucking, Grace tells me she's got Parkinson's and that one day I'll probably have it too. I'm gonna be like this in 50 years.
That's why that's why she shakes like this.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Fucking right in front of her.
Oh my god.
Gives a heebie-jeebie shake like he's trying to get sand out of his backpack.
That's why she brought up the dead dad after. It's like, oh yeah? You're just gonna fucking disrespect me like that? Well, remember your dad's dead.
Your dad's dead, and your husband's dead, and ain't nobody ever coming to love you again.
So fucking Amelia's like, do you have to keep bringing him up? Do you have to keep bringing up my shakes? You started it.
I'm going tit for tat here,
Yeah.
you bitch. Now take my trash out. I'm too shaky to do it now. It's past 4.
I'm too shaky to do it now. Get a glass of wine in you.
Yeah.
Child welfare shows up.
Yeah, they do.
Amelia's trying to clean the kitchen and she finds a hole with cockroaches in it. And then right at the fucking perfect time,
Yeah.
after she's done mopping the floor, nowhere near the cockroach hole,
What is
Child
it?
Services show up.
Department of Community Services.
Yeah.
It's got to be CPS.
Let's just say somebody placed a call on her behalf. All right?
Yeah.
We're here to make sure that the kid's not chained to a bed in the basement.
Yeah, it's been
It was like 3 days, something like that.
Yeah. So we're here to check on the child who hasn't been to school for 3 days.
Yeah.
He hasn't learned several math problems.
Yeah.
So
He's going to be behind on his timetables.
We're here to
and
make
also,
sure.
are you feeding and watering him?
So yeah, they come in. Worst time.
Fucking Child Services woman's name is Prue. Change it.
No, she looks like a Prue.
It's all good. Change it though.
Nope. She's wearing a.
Well, then add a D.
She's wearing a suit. If you're wearing a suit, your name is Prue.
All right.
That's it.
And Russell.
Prue and Russ. Prue Russ.
And
Russ Prue.
fucking, so Amelia's like, yeah, come on in. Sorry, my house is a mess. I just found cockroaches in the hole.
Yeah, come on in. My child's not going to say anything terrible to you.
Yeah, a stranger. Why would he?
A stranger who's in charge of taking him away, maybe. Maybe he'll hold it together for this visit.
He'll understand those stakes and not just fucking spout off at the mouth like he has all movie.
I'm hungry and there's a monster. Help.
That's enough to write a report about right there.
Yeah, like...
That's vague enough. It's like, oh, geez.
How are you? I'm tired. My mom's been giving me drugs. She's like, not drugs.
Drugs.
Tranquilizers. This is better than drugs.
Oh my God,
You think I'm giving him drugs?
I burst into tearful laughter when she said that.
Yeah.
Not drugs. Drugs.
Yeah,
Just different ones.
yeah.
You know how people say that heroin is real bad and you know ketamine is not as bad? Well, picture it as the ketamine version.
Yeah, I'm not giving him drugs. I'm just making him...
Go to bed for a long time.
Yeah, not drugs, medication.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just the worst time. So let's go to she's like, yeah, can we get a glass of water? And for some reason, I thought that they were going to take that moment to like...
You put the kid in a sack and leave.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they follow her to the kitchen.
Yeah.
She's like... And first of all, she didn't have to be like, hey, I found some cockroaches here.
I'm just cleaning out my fridge. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, you caught me on a day where I'm doing a house clean.
Yeah.
Oh, a cockroach? Oh my God. Holy moly.
Gross.
Yeah.
Nah, all the dirtiest imaginable laundry for child services to hear out of my mouth, I'm going to say all those things. There's a hole behind the fridge with the cockroaches. Oh, it's gone. Sorry, I meant a hole in the wallpaper because that's convincing.
Yeah.
I promise I'm not unhinged as fuck.
So fucking CPS is like, well, clearly we've caught you at a bad time.
Yeah.
Here's the paperwork. on it's something along the lines of like what your options are or where we're gonna go from here. So it's not good.
No, it's bad because there's somewhere they need to go from here.
Yeah, it's there's actions that need to be taken.
Yeah.
Instead of just chilling. So obviously it's bad.
Instead of just chilling.
So yeah, that happens, and then we get a weird scene where Amelia is just watching her fucking neighbor.
Yeah.
And
like in a way that's unnerving to watch.
It is.
It's unnerving to see you ogle an old lady like that when she thinks she's not being watched.
But yeah, she's just like, free time.
Oh. Yeah, I might not be able to walk or hold glasses on level, but sure would be nice to sit.
Fuck, imagine just sitting down to watch television that's not a magic DVD.
Yeah.
On a wine-stained couch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be just delightful if the shakes would stave off enough that I could get comfortable.
Yeah, if I could just get lost in my soaps so that I don't notice I have to readjust my eyes every 3 seconds.
Television, take me away from this terrible life. So yeah, she sees the Babadook.
Yeah, right in Grace's house.
And I dropped my plate. Oh no, this white plate, shit.
And then the kid's like, I'm gonna go to bed. And Amelia goes, you know that thing that I've been trying to get you to do for like weeks?
Yeah.
Let's not do it.
Yeah, the fuck you're gonna go to bed.
Exactly.
Nah, you've been pilled up and tired? No, I'm gonna go ahead and keep you awake so that I don't have to see the Babadook again.
Oh my fucking God.
Let the Babadook deal with you. But yeah, she keeps him up because his pills gotta work. The pills won't work if you go to bed now. Oh, they'll work.
Oh, they'll fucking work. You just gotta give me a sec here.
It sounds like he doesn't need the pills. He's trying to go to bed early.
Yeah, and it would be just fine.
Yeah.
Because even if he was on the pills and he went to bed early, that means he doesn't sleep in until 11, and you don't have questions to answer.
Yeah, CPS doesn't come around asking why your 6-year-old isn't up and about at 5 a.m.
Yeah, like every other one on Earth.
Ugh. So yeah, so she's keeping him up. Is this
We're fucking watching horror movies with the kid right there? Like, what do you think is the cause of every bad dream he's ever had? You're reading these horrible books about killing animals that look like people, and I'm watching fucking 1902 horror movies with them, where ghouls come into the bedroom and shake you to death.
And that was the worst thing that could have happened to anybody in the 1800s, is being shaken to death.
Worst unimaginable thing. Anyway, good night. Like,
yeah, they're laying in bed together, and there's just sounds amongst the house. And
again, she her way of protecting her and her son is to just pull the covers up over her head.
Not even she gets up and she opens the door, and the dog comes in because apparently
because it was the dog.
Yeah, the dog makes those horrible scraping sounds that continue once the dog's in.
But they continue, and then we do the fucking cover pull.
Yeah,
like the worst riot shield ever invented.
The door creaks open slowly, and the fucking Babadook scuttles in.
It scuttles in and goes right for the dark corner.
Yeah, you just see something. Just fucking speed walk in and go, oh, dark corner, that's where I'm going.
You know, that could be a person burgling.
It could be. And they're really bad at it because they walked right in.
Well, however bad they are at burgling, Amelia's even worse at hide and seek.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, she covers up, and then what the Babadook makes itself known by just spouting off its catchphrase.
Yeah, its favorite thing to say.
Which is Babadook.
Its name.
Babadook, Dook, Dook.
In case you wondered what the fuck my name is.
Yeah, hey, just you know why they call me that? It's because that's the only nonsense I remember to say.
Yeah.
Welcome to Babadook.
Oh my fuck. Well, if they had given him actual English words, I would have hated it.
That's fair.
You know?
That's fair. So we get, she hears that and then immediately checks to see if he's still there. Like he's gonna just pop his head in. Yeah, Babadook, Dook, Dook. You know what I'm about. All right, peace. Yeah, I'm a Babadook in peace.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
And where is he?
Well, let's just say.
Yeah.
He's not where he should be.
No.
He's up on the roof.
That's bad.
He's on the ceiling like a fly. Mm-hmm. Like a fly person buzzing around.
Brundlefly on the ceiling up there.
Just all sped up.
Yeah, fast forward stop motion animation.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Take a couple more pictures. That's all I'm saying. It's like they ran out of budget halfway through making a stop motion animation. I was like, okay, well, we're going to do 14 frames per second instead of 28.
And, I understand how it looks unnatural and that makes it creepy, but...
I mean, when you know how the sausage gets made.
Hey, that and like it's 2000 and something.
14.
Fucking animate it.
Do a better job.
This is stop using technology from forever ago.
Yeah.
Unless you're remaking the Terminator, and I want to see that robot Terminator come at me all janky junky.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yeah, I want the weird, like, this is the most processing power we've ever had in one room ever, animatronic robot that takes 2 steps and needs to take a nap. I'll take that.
And so, yeah, the Babadook's on the ceiling, and this is where he lunges at her and looks exactly like Marilyn Manson and smells like children.
Yeah, I got that.
Google smells like children.
Picture that right up in your face in the middle of the night. You're either experiencing a Babadook, or you're whatever her fucking name is there that he dated that's now filed a lawsuit against him for putting her in the bad girl box, I believe he called it, which is just a glass case in a room, and you just have to sit in there when you don't fucking, like, spill your blood on him as much as he likes.
I feel like some people just shouldn't have money.
I feel like Marilyn Manson, despite the parts of him that I do like, which there are some of, probably shouldn't have been let out of the house much when he was younger.
Marilyn Manson, you know, you had that box built and nobody said boo.
Yeah, someone should have said fucking boo about that.
Hey, I went to this fucking pale guy's house and he had me build a plastic box in this room.
Yeah, how are you keeping those construction workers quiet?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Don't blab about this, all right? But I need a locked from the outside glass case in my cellar. I promise I won't put women in it. Well, it seemed all right to me.
I'm collecting something. Not women. Life-size Funkos. Life-size Funkos is what we're collecting.
It's weird. I'm seeing all these, like, handcuffs and chains around your place. They're not for that. I'm practicing for the police exam.
So okay, in this scene, does the Babadook go in her mouth? Because it zooms right in on her damn mouth.
I think this is a dream.
Okay.
I believe this is a dream. Because when it enters her, you get to know later.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Her pupils dilate
Yeah,
real good.
and also, like, it's got to come back out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. So I don't think we're at the
enough.
possession part yet.
The Babadook does need to incubate inside of a body for some goddamn reason. It goes in you and grows. I don't know. I don't get it. It's already done growed up, the whole movie.
The only effect I can see that the Babadook has at this point on poor Amelia is it makes her miss breakfast. And that is the worst thing in the world to Samuel.
Well, it's the most important meal of the day, and if you don't have breakfast, your whole day is just fucked.
Well, as it turns out, funnily enough, Amelia has a solution to this problem. When Samuel comes in and wakes her up, saying that he's quite hungry. Also, he just took the pills in the morning by himself.
After being kept up all night.
Yeah.
After having taken the pills.
Mom, I took more pills. Just so you know, let's get that out of the way. And also, I'd like some eggs and toast.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I went down, because, you see, you told me to have these pills with food, so I thought I'd go forage for myself.
Yeah.
Since you're clearly gonna sleep in all goddamn day.
Yeah.
You fucking heroin junkie mom.
Yep.
So I'm just
you
wondering.
Absentee parent.
Just wondering, hey, about the food in the fridge and where is it?
Yeah.
We don't have any. We don't have any of that shit, Mom.
Also, where's the food?
Yeah. And she's
I got the pill part out of the way because you left them for me to have them.
The pills were just willy-nilly on the table. I was able to take many.
I feel like we're really mixing things up here. The pills should be what I can't find, and yet somehow the food is.
Yeah, so abracadabra, if you could undo that magic trick. You've been watching my DVDs at night, Mom. I caught you.
You made the food disappear. Hungry. And how does Amelia deal with that request? That simple and easy request from her son.
Well, first of all, she inquires to whether or not he is able to stop talking. Because it turns out a lot of his abilities are just talking.
Yeah.
All he does is talk.
He's really good at just talking a lot.
And, the boy apologizes. Sorry, Mom. I was just really hungry.
Yeah. That's a good reason to speak words.
Sure, yeah. Wake your mom up. You're hungry. And she proposes what we'll call a meal plan.
Yeah. She has this on deck too, which means that she probably has done some research.
She's probably prepped some in the fridge already.
Now, I don't know if it's keto or not.
Oh, it's not. It's not keto at all.
Oh, it's not.
No, I think keto is raw meat, or is that just paleo?
Yeah.
I think keto is just not eating.
Keto is no carbs.
Okay, well.
Keto is sub 20 carbs a day, which I know because my roommate's on it right now. And let me tell you, one coffee from the old McDonald's is 13 carbs.
That's fine.
So his diet is meat. It's a meat diet. You want potatoes with that? Can't have it. So he just cooks steak all day. Literally, that's he's eating steak.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
I don't care how skinny you are. If your bowels are a nightmare, weight is like the least of your concerns, I think.
Fair enough. And speaking of,
yes,
said bowels.
What does this mother suggest to her son for breakfast?
The proposed meal plan is, if you are hungry, why don't you eat shit? Why don't you eat shit if you're so hungry?
Oh, man.
Which, you know.
Well, that's the best line in the movie.
It is. It's honestly the best line, and I didn't need to highlight it because I knew that there was never going to be another line. Like, you already got the one child being like, you're not good enough for a dad.
Yeah.
But that overshoots that and hits the target behind it. That was good.
It was.
This movie's really good at like making you feel for one character and then hate the other.
Yeah.
And then like midway through the movie, you just hate both of them.
Yeah. The tables don't necessarily turn as much as you just take the leaf out so that more people can sit at the table.
Oh my God, yeah.
Throughout this movie also, it's worth noting that Amelia has a toothache.
Yeah.
And it's getting progressively worse, and she does all of nothing about it.
There's really no reason for that to even be in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, ow, my tooth.
It changes nothing at all. I don't understand. There's already plenty of indicators of stress. We don't also need to have a toothache.
Yeah. By this point of the movie, you're either, after that sentence, you either fucking love the mother or you hate her.
Yeah.
There's two sides of the fence, and there's no middle.
I could tell you right now, love. I'm on the love side on that one.
Oh, me too.
Now, I know for a fact, this movie's directed by a woman, and its portrayal of the more difficult aspects of raising children is so painfully accurate that after they aired it at Sundance, a bunch of moms came up to her and were like, "Thank you for doing that," because I thought it was just me.
Thank you for telling my son to eat shit. I'll be doing that every day. You're right. That's really funny because, sometimes
kids are little fucking shits and need to be told to eat it.
Yeah, they really are.
How's that?
So the mom realizes, like, because she's, like, laying in bed trying to sleep, and she gets frustrated and she loses her temper. She realizes she shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
So she goes to console her son, and he flinches when she touches him. So she's like, hey.
Listen.
Yeah, hey, are you hungry? No, I'm not hungry. So, ew.
Yeah.
What did you find to eat? Did you take my advice?
Do you have more pills?
Oh. So she brings him to Wally's, which is a terrible restaurant.
It's basically Chuck E. Cheese, but worse.
It's way worse.
Also, like, oh, you're not hungry? Let's go to a restaurant.
Let's go to a restaurant where you can have ice cream, and we'll sit next to a birthday party of people who are screaming.
Yeah. Because even when I'm trying to make up with the kid after snapping at him for not having a moment of relaxation or quietude, we're going to go to a place where I don't get a moment of relaxation or quietude.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, she doesn't, there should have been a scene where she locks eyes with the mom at the other table and she's been like, fucking right.
Look at me. And look what you've done. So she drives home.
She just wants to go for a drive.
Yeah, she just wants to, amble around with a child in the back seat of a car. And then promptly, and I don't know what the fuck, she's basically falling asleep at the wheel.
She must be. She's got cockroaches and Babadook on the mind.
Yeah, and so fucking big bad Baba shows up. Baba, like Francine's mom. And
scrapes the top of the car.
Yeah,
just
and then
scraping away.
So Amelia decides that she's gonna just smoke a car head on as a result.
She crashes into who I would describe as the Australian pit bull.
Yes, that's accurate. Any bald white man, in a tuxedo shirt, Anyway, that guy's reasonably pissed off. So
for
she, not as reasonably, just peels the fuck out of there.
Sometimes you gotta peel right the fuck out.
I hope he didn't get a chance to write down her license plate. I've always had that thought, like, okay, if I get into an accident, could I potentially get out of there fast enough to not get in trouble for it? And I've done it once. And I would feel badly about it, but it was in Toronto, and fuck everyone who lives there.
All right, well, if you had your car had an accident too,
Yeah.
get a hold of Jay.
Oh, I'll make that go away. Don't worry. What happened? So, first of all, it wasn't my fault. I was trying to merge lanes, and the guy decided that he was going to try and get past me first, but I was already halfway in. So, when he drove up, like, he didn't weave around me enough. So, I clipped his back with my front. And he broke my headlight, so my grandfather snapped a ruler in half and took some wood glue and screws and put that headlight right back together.
That's good. That's good. Was it like the ruler because the ruler was clear plastic?
Because it was the only plastic rod he could find in the garage.
Hey, whatever works.
He created a bridge.
Whatever works.
You know?
Whatever works. And I'll tell you what works for this mother is taking a fucking bath with her clothes on.
Taking a bath with her clothes on, and then when it's weird because it is, being like, nah, man, trust me, Sam. It's great to bathe with your clothes.
She brings them right into the tub.
This way, we don't have to, because you're fucking bleeding me dry with these pills, I don't have to spend money on laundry detergent.
Yeah, there you go.
Two birds.
And so the boy, for some reason, is like, hey, I'd rather go sleep at that old bitch's house next door.
Yeah, I would much rather be there than here with you.
Like, that's what's keeping the Babadook is like, oh, if they're going to stay in this house, I'm going to get them. Like,
well, he was already in her house.
It's like the Babadook's not going to ask around when you're not there. Like, where'd the fuck these people go?
Oh, they're not home? Shit, I'll come back tomorrow, I guess.
Motherfuckers, you got me good.
Damn.
I'm the Babadook, bitch.
Little did you know, in order to avoid being killed by a Babadook, all you have to do is walk 10 feet.
Yeah, go to your shaky neighbor's house where she'll protect you.
Yes, she will.
So, mom goes to sleep with her the dead husband's violin. Don't touch her violin. She'll snap at you.
Oh, fuck.
Don't touch
that.
Listen, I put it in the bed. But for real, she put it in the bed. Like, why are you touching it?
I'm clearly hugging this with more passion than I've given in a hug for you in years.
Mm-hmm. So she is jolted awake by what I described as the sounds of a samurai. Yeah. I don't know if you caught that.
I'm gonna make sure that you know about some of the sounds in this movie once they become appropriate.
I'll tell you, I've heard dinosaur sounds before.
Yeah, that's from Mortal Kombat 3. That's just a true story.
Oh, dope.
They just took a sound that a character makes in Mortal Kombat and made it the Babadook's noise.
I like it.
This scene when she wakes up from this fucking dumb violin nap, they do this like, oh, I'm tired and I need my eyes to adjust, but it's just rack focus, which I hate looking at. I don't like seeing that.
You don't like knowing that somebody's there just...
with their hand on the fucking lens going...
Yep, just turning that wheel left and right.
Great.
No, for sure. It's a good way to go about having a film. So she wakes up and her son's not there. Mm-hmm. Goes downstairs and hears whispers, really creepy whispers that her son calling for help. Her son's like on the phone whispering, like to the neighbor, being like, "Let me come over there, help me, please."
It's good time for CPS to have shown up.
Oh, for
during
sure,
that phone call,
for sure.
And then this is where mom becomes bad
mom.
Mom goes, okay, this is the internet argument all over again. All right? That was the end of the internet. Now this is the end of phones for everyone. So, like, and I don't understand. Obviously, in her mind, she wasn't trying to be threatening, but she fucking grabs a knife and brandishes it in her kid's face.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, what... The things that she's saying to her son should be reassuring, nice things, but she's waving a knife.
And like, is this what I have to do? And like ripping batteries, like make it so that you can't contact the outside world?
Yeah.
I guess this is where we're at. Let me cut the phone line with this knife.
Yeah. Oh, I'll make sure no Babadooks get the fuck in here as I wave this knife in your face.
The kids, meanwhile, is like, fucking, don't worry, he's in.
Yeah. Oh, you let him in the second you brought the book in.
Yeah. Real fucking, you're trapped in here with me vibe from mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So she's got that knife, and she's just forcing pills on this boy. Just pills and knives all day.
Yeah.
She like grabs his face like prison style to see if he swallowed it.
Yup. Meanwhile, that magic shit that's just been fucking doing him wonders because he palms that pill.
Does he?
He doesn't even eat that shit.
Does he?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoop, pill right in there, sleight of hand. He doesn't even do a good job because you see it. But she obviously isn't paying that much attention.
I didn't see it. I was busy making sure he doesn't get stabbed with that fucking knife.
Yeah, take your fucking big pill. Anyway, this kid is fucking it's the guy from Misery.
Yeah.
It's the dude from I don't want these anymore. Let me just cut a hole in the bed. Fucking yeah, like there's there's someone in the house sequence, and like again with every coat rack making it look like there's someone in your house. Like, okay, put them in a closet or something. Don't just have the top hat out.
Yeah, no, why do you even have the top hat?
Are you going as the Monopoly Man for Halloween?
Gotta get that fucking Monopoly Man costume.
Fucking Sam is hiding. There's no question that Sam believes that his mother is now the Babadook.
Well, yeah. Is this where it's like they're watching these old upsetting cartoons, and she like looks over and sees him covered in blood?
Yeah.
And then she like gets up to like, oh my god, what happened? And then
it's just her with a knife.
Yeah, she's like,
near her child.
It's a goddamn like waking dream.
Yeah.
And she's about to stab her child.
So fucking Sam starts hiding his catapult and his crossbows around.
As you should.
Which is so cool because CPS shows up. Oh, what's under this dresser? Huh.
Oh, why do you need that for? Monsters, you say.
Mom? Mom needs to sleep so badly, clearly, during this fucking dream, and yet just staying up despite the fact that her child is asleep on the couch beside her, watching Steamboat Willie because we need it.
Yeah, she grabs the dog and tries to love it, mice and men style. The dog's like, hey, fuck off with that shit.
I saw what happened to that rabbit.
Yeah, you get the fuck out of here. I saw that goddamn pop-up book, you bitch.
Oh, shit.
How long were you making that dog get strangled for?
Fucking grasping for any level of appreciation with ice cream.
Yeah,
again with the fucking ice cream.
Really smooths over a potential murder.
And then her jaw things to the point where I'm just writing in all caps on my page, go to the fucking dentist. Just go to the dentist.
Please go to the dentist.
That's during that dream sequence is there's the news story about the mom stabbing the son, and then in the background it's her looking in from the window.
That was creepy.
It was fucking creepy because I saw that, and again with the Stephen King's It, the chapter 1 shit, I was like, I see a smile in the background of news footage. I know that thing is gonna come back to get me. You know that's happening.
No, nobody should ever smile in a murder news footage for sure.
So then the fucking Babadook can eat my dick, all right? It can eat my Baba dick.
Is it because he gives you Freddy Krueger style dreams?
Yeah,
where your son walks around with his eyes closed?
He's just a hedge trimmer in a trench coat on a train track because he just rails up. There's no footsteps whatsoever.
Fucking Nosferatu style.
Yeah,
just
great.
Fucking Nosferatu's his way in there.
And this bitch been watching these movies all night, every night, so of course.
Mm-hmm. He's even got the arms crossed and the long-ass fingers.
I want it to be known at this point in the movie that the director, when she made it, was like, I want to leave it nebulous. I don't want people to be able to tell. I want them to make up their own mind as to whether or not this is a real ghost or a woman having a series of psychological episodes during a mental breakdown around the time of the death of her husband. Because they also established that this week is hard. Oh. This time of year is difficult for you.
Oh, yeah, because it's their son's birthday and he has to be happy for a day. That's hard for her. That's hard for her to do.
Because her son's birthday also happens to coincide with the date of her husband's death.
That's not his fault, damn it.
Anyway, my point is, there's absolutely no fucking mystery here. This is a psycho bitch mom. Nobody interacts with the Babadook except for a child having night terrors and a mom who's exhausted. Nobody else ever has you don't get to see him chill. You've never heard this lore before. This book came out of nowhere and she burnt it before anyone had a chance to see it.
This lady's out of her damn mind.
Yes, 100% that's the case.
And she's just seeing what this kid's afraid of, this book that she probably told the kid a story about the Babadook, freaked him out.
Yeah.
And now she's just making the rest of the shit up.
Yup. Because he didn't like any of the books on the shelf one night.
And that's what you get.
So we get the rail Babadook, which pissed me off. And then she falls on the ground and tries to crawl away despite the fact that her legs work.
Not quite yet. She goes to the basement and he's like, you can bring me the boy.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
The Babadook takes the form of her dead fucking husband.
Again.
And goes, just so you know, if you're so inclined, I would love it if you brought me that boy.
May you please bring me the boy?
Let's share a passionate kiss, and then also, let's get that boy in here.
Bring the boy into the mix, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fucking, he slides his way out of the kitchen and fucking does like his jazz hands, spirit fingers, and that's too much for Amelia. She takes off.
Fuck that.
And then she locks herself into this bedroom that has a fucking fireplace.
Yeah.
And guess what? That doesn't keep the Babadook out.
No, I'm just going to come down the chimney like Midget Chucky.
He comes down spirit fingers first.
Yep.
You see those guys coming out of there.
That's how you get out of there.
And for some reason she can only crawl away.
Yeah, I don't know.
And this is the scene where he takes his jacket off and casually tosses it to the side.
And then he gets up in her guts.
He sure does.
And I realize that sounds horrible, but that's what the fuck he does.
Yeah.
He gets right up in her guts and makes himself at home.
I think she even looks over her shoulders, knowing, first of all, that
what you're going to see on the other side of there
makes you want to kill yourself.
Yes.
So she takes a good hard peek at that.
Well, at this point, really, who cares?
The Babadook gets up in there, and then she goes right back to watching fucked up TV.
Yeah. Watching a movie about a woman who is being attacked by something that rose from the grave after becoming possessed.
Sounds like Nosferatu.
So her and her son.
Yeah.
Her and her son in the house.
The movie.
And then the dog just is a dog, and that's enough of that.
Yeah, so you get her. So it's clear the mom is Babadooking out.
Yeah, she's twitching all over the place.
She's rolling hard.
The Parkinson's hit early with Amelia.
The way she's breathing is the way you breathe when you get too high and you're like, if I breathe enough, I'll be normal. People won't know that I'm not fucked up if I breathe enough.
That's the kind of breathing you do before you're trying to beat the free diving record.
That is. So she's breathing like that, yeah, and the dog comes in and has 2 words with her, and I gotta tell you, she has
too many.
She chases that fucking thing around the house, and then she Jean-Claude Van Damme's that fucker.
Something about watching a woman bare-hand a dog like that to death is more upsetting than most of the themes in this movie. Because that dog gets a treatment.
It does.
It gets a shiatsu massage.
Oh, boy.
Or should I say a shih tzu massage? Because that's a breed of dog, everyone.
It is.
That's the joke I'm making. Bad.
And then
Anyway, dog goes limp in her arms. Here's the thing, right? You know my whole point about how you don't need to show rape on camera in order to get the message across?
Yeah.
All we see is legs kicking, and then we hear a growl and a crunch. And then the legs stop kicking.
And then the dog hits the floor like a wet bag of sand.
Yeah, that does happen, though. She fucking drops that dog like a sack of potatoes she doesn't want. But my point being, you don't actually get to see the dog's head get ripped off by this woman's retard strength.
No.
You just know for sure that it happened.
Yeah, you just know Jean-Claude Van Damme did his thing, and Jean-Claude Van Goddamn.
That dog getting chucked aside like a cloak in the night. That's like the equivalent of a disheveled woman pulling her bra strap back up.
What the fuck?
Like, I'm traumatized by this sexual assault.
Oh,
you know?
Boy.
The dog's dead.
Nah.
The dog's dead, and we want to make sure it makes a good mop. So let's just put that on the floor.
There you go. I understand what you're saying now.
Sometimes my analogies get a little vague, okay?
They do.
But damn when you figure out what I mean.
Yeah, you're talking about things seen in film.
I know that you feel a sense of relief.
This is where she finally takes care of that dead tooth that's been fucking her up. By the way, this tooth puts up so much of a fight. Maybe don't pull it out. It's healthy.
Yeah, it might be good.
You're really pulling on that tooth, and it seems like it's okay.
I'll tell you, also, like, barely any reaction, very little blood. But my, at the time, friend Gil once pulled half of his tooth out in my basement because they had been so rotted from meth at that point. Anyway, he was just like, oh, that's better. That was it.
Better than what?
Better than being stabbed in the side by a fucked up tooth, you know, in the side of the mouth.
I'll tell you, there are a fleet of individuals whose job it is to make sure that your teeth are relatively okay.
Also,
you do your part, they do their part.
On the topic of relativity, I learned in that moment that the word better is indeed relative, because I could think of about a dozen things that would be better than pulling half of my own tooth out of my face. And it's not being able to do that is like at the top of that list. Having intact teeth that are so good I can't do that would be better.
Oh, for sure.
Okay?
I mean, you take what pills your mother gives you. That's the moral of today's podcast.
Yeah. So fucking... So mom is like now, well, I did one, I might as well do the other. Where's my son? And son is upstairs, and he is, let me tell you, he has become Macaulay Culkin in this moment.
Yes, he has.
So she fucking comes up, he knows full well what's going to go down. And he goes, all right, let's play. Bop, crossbow, leg. Bop, catapult, forehead. How's that for you?
Take that, Mom. That should inconvenience you long enough that I can slip by.
Matter of fact, it wasn't even a crossbow in the leg. It was the knife she wielded against him earlier.
Yeah.
Which is even better because you know how all that medicine you've been giving me? Well, here's a taste of that.
This Babadook, he's all about results, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking...
No, he doesn't fuck around, this guy.
He gets in that mortal body... what was it? 2 minutes? Dead dog?
Yeah.
Tooth is gone? That's 2 problems solved.
He doesn't have time.
It's his 3rd problem upstairs? Let me get that.
Yeah.
Let me
just
get that
deal with that
real quick.
So then we chase Sam through the house, being all kinds of fucked up. And he goes into the dead dad basement. I don't know why you would do that. The kid seems smart enough that he would have the knowledge to leave the house.
Wait, is this where she grabs onto the door frame and chimp kicks her way in?
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my God.
It is. After saying, let me in, which is what the fucking Babadook says in the book.
She also calls him a little shit.
Yes,
which,
she does.
By the way, I would not let you in.
Also, that's just accurate and true.
Hey, Ooh, all right.
You seem to be in a good headspace as per your feelings about me right now. Let's share a room. And then, she fucking just grabs the strongest molding in any fucking house I've ever seen and leverages that to just gorilla boot the door inward.
And then she herself fucking Nosferatu's her way in, so you know she's the Mamadook at this point.
The Mamadook, fuck.
Which is, look, not to be mistaken for Marmaduke.
Yeah.
Which is a cartoon dog who's done nothing wrong.
No, I mean...
Nothing!
It depends on what your definition of wrong is.
Yeah, it depends on your stance on pies.
Some dukes, all right, kill dogs in the kitchen. Other dukes just knock a couple of dishes over because they're so big and clumsy.
Fuck.
I would prefer the latter.
The world is full of dukes.
Yeah. A dead dog, a replacement dog is more expensive than some glassware.
That's true. Fucking the kid pisses his pants.
Yeah, he does.
He's 6 years old. He pisses. Sometimes that happens, I think.
So we have the Mrs. Roach conversation. That's Grace. Grace's last name is Roach.
Right. She comes down.
Yeah, got that. We interrupt what was going to be an excellent night of murdering my son,
and also telling him that you wish that it had been you and not my husband.
Yeah, this is the part of the movie
Plop
in the kitchen here with the knife threatening and whatnot, where Amelia just says the worst imaginable things that she can think of.
Yep.
And I learned that when they shot this movie, the director was like, we're gonna have to come up with something else to say so that while shooting this movie, I don't ruin a child's life forever. So what they did was they had him in the room for his just like whatever medium close-up shots, and then when there were scenes where she had to yell at him stuff, they would pick child stuff. So one of the things that they said to him to get him upset was, we're gonna take all of your Legos and throw them in the river. And then
wow.
I feel like I said this earlier today, but I wasn't sure if I said it on the podcast, so here I'm just saying it.
I think you just said that to me as I was making my coffee.
Okay.
I really love, it's like...
But, like, that's better than, I wish you were the one who died instead of your dead father.
That is true.
Okay?
I really like
Sometimes I want to take her and smash it against a brick wall.
There's got to be guilds, right, for actors. I don't know about Australia. I know there's one for America where it's like they're like
Child Actors Guild.
It's like a union, right?
Right.
Where they protect your rights. But like it seems like in these like because like you can't fuck with you can't do that to adults.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with them for the movie, right? Because
you can a little bit.
They're
protected,
but
yeah.
It seems like you can do whatever the fuck you want to a child as long as it's a lie to upset them. You can say man. You could just as long as you make them cry.
Yeah,
like
that's all we need.
There's got to be somebody there who's been like, hey, you can't say that.
I think that this actor, who I believe was 9 when they shot this movie, his mom was on set for the majority of the taping, but I think she was missing for this scene.
Conveniently.
Yeah, this is the time. She read the script and was like, I can't in good conscience be privy to this. You're on your own.
Yep. Whoops.
So yeah, Grace comes to the door because she undoubtedly heard the wailing of a banshee in the house right beside hers with her window open all the time.
And if she didn't hear that, she had to have heard these terrible things being said to this child.
Yeah. So she just fucking pokes her head through the screen there. Like, just want to make sure. I know this is this might not be the best time to remind you of your dead husband, but this is indeed the season of dead husband. Spring, summer, autumn, and dead husband. So I wanted to make sure that I love you endlessly and will do everything for you. Like, oh, that's sweet. You know, that's so sweet of you to say, Grace, that when we're done talking, I'm going to go into the kitchen where my son is and tell him that he's going to meet his father. Because that's what she does.
Yeah.
Right away like that.
He's in a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So, you know, given... Like, he knows that he knows where his father is. He's in a cemetery.
Mm-hmm. Cemeteries aren't that beautiful.
No.
I would argue the opposite for the most part.
So, I mean...
The caretakers do what they can, but damn, dude, it's still tombs.
2 + 2 = 4. She's gonna fucking kill that kid.
Yeah. So the kid goes, guess what? I got a little something for you. Come into the basement with me. And... oh boy, does he ever have something for her in the basement.
Well,
Tripwire on the stairs, bop, block right to her head. She tripped so hard that she head-butted the top. Like the fucking canted ceiling down.
That, and like, doesn't he like, he cracks her in the back of the legs with a baseball bat?
Yeah, he
and
does.
She like hits her skull.
Yeah.
And this is after that, he fucking stabs her in the leg too.
Yeah.
Right in like where
this woman gets put through the fucking ringer, dude.
Like in like mere, it's just
femoral's right there.
Yeah, it's right there, right there.
So like you gotta wonder like the Babadook. At what point is enough and I'm over this and the kid's not worth it? Probably around the time that she wakes up tied to the cold basement floor.
Gulliver's Travel style.
Oh my god, I feel like in the back of my head somewhere I had that thought, but I couldn't flesh it out. Because I couldn't remember that shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. She's got him. He's got her tied to the floor, like multiple ropes across her body, ropes like tied down multiple appendages.
Yeah.
And it takes her all of like, I don't know, 2 seconds to get her arms out because they were knots tied by a fucking 6-year-old.
Yeah, by a child.
And like, her arms being out likely is probably the last thing you want. Mm-hmm. Because of the stranglings, you see.
Yeah, because of the stranglings that, I mean, well, first of all, you deserve given your cuddle method in the night. Mm-hmm. But then also what happened to the dog.
Yeah.
All right? You know what happens when those hands get out.
So he's getting strangled.
Yeah. His response to getting strangled naturally is to caress the face of his assailant. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Somehow that works. That level of affection is just so gross that the Babadook's like, man, fuck this family.
Yeah.
Ugh, what are you guys, gay?
She expels pure Babadook.
And this is where the movie falls off the rails. Because you just spent an hour and 15 minutes setting up the fact that there is psychological hallucinations with the mom. I'm exhausted and disheveled and gross. I'll puke black sludge now. Thus, the Babadook has become real. And it's all over them. It's all over both of them. Mm-hmm. And now the only other time that you would do that is if you were abusing Tylenol. Which, given the liberal way in which pills are administered in this house, I wouldn't be surprised by. But that's the only real, like, reasonable explanation that I could think of. Either that or the Babadook's real. But, like, don't solidify it like that.
I didn't. You know what? To be honest, I didn't like anything past.
Well, no, because it's dumb.
It is. I agree with you there. You really had something in this film. Really had something.
Yeah.
Until right about here.
It's a punchline to a joke that you didn't want the fucking ending of.
Yeah, so
you should have just kept it nebulous if that's how you wanted it to be in the first place.
At some point, the Babadook drags her son upstairs and just fucking throws him around the room a little bit.
Even that part could have been her doing it and like having a fucking like a dissociative episode.
But she's already barfed up the black stuff.
Yep,
so
she has. It doesn't make any
sense. The
sense.
Babadook has been expelled.
Yeah. Apparently not though.
Yeah, and then she jumps on the bed.
Also, he's invisible for some reason. Like, what the fuck?
This is where I've noticed, like, her fucking bedroom just has a dark. Half the room just never sees light.
And that's from where the Mortal Kombat scream comes.
Yeah.
During this part, while she's running up the stairs after her son, when in between cuts, the black sludge leaves her face.
Oh, well,
like
that's
at the foot of the stairs, she's covered in it, and then at the top, her face is clean. Whoops, guys.
The Babadook doesn't like elevation.
Doesn't like elevate. No, heights. Meh.
Yeah, I wrote, like, why does the Babadook make this old-timey dinosaur sound?
Yeah.
I've probably fucking heard it from Mortal Kombat then.
It's, I can't remember what the name of the character is, but it's one of the old, like, the arcade version.
Okay.
So, it turns out, the mistake that the Babadook had made was he just went in the wrong house by mistake.
Yeah, it seems that way.
When told that he's trespassing, he promptly, he doesn't leave, but he goes, oh, my bad.
I'm just gonna...
I'll make myself at home downstairs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go and I'll be clothes on the ground. Don't mind me.
I'll be a mess you need to clean up.
Yeah, for some reason, if you encounter both a Babadook and a Freddy Krueger, they can be killed by saying rude things to them.
I don't believe in you.
I don't believe in you. You're shit.
Yeah.
You're nothing. You're not real. I didn't mean to have the exact same ending there.
There were a couple things in this movie that are like, you must have known. But here we are.
I had no idea. All happy accidents.
Well, he comes to you in a dream at first. He gets all up in your shit. And then when you kill him, after having brought him in, like his clothes are left behind. Okay? He was invisible when he's throwing the kid around the room, but then when you expel him, he becomes clothing.
Yes, it's clothing that is snoring.
And
I don't know what was supposed to be scary about the snoring sound effect, but
I'm annoyed by that part because it's like, okay, I just screamed fucked this thing out of my bedroom. I'm going to get close to what it left behind in its wake and act like I'm surprised when it's still fucking alive and kicking.
Without flicking a light on.
Yeah, any one of my many lights.
Flick one fucking light on.
So he goes, fuck you, bitch. Now I live in your dead dad basement.
I just
get in there and close the door. And then she puts a bunch of locks on the door. Like, locks were the thing stopping him at any point in this movie.
Well, he's also a vampire who needs to be let in and out. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. The whole thing is, like, he can't get rid of the Babadook, so when he can't fucking kill you, he takes up rent in your basement.
Yeah.
And really just fucking parties all night.
He just becomes an annoying tenant. And, like, that line, you can't get rid of him, psychological and emotional trauma. That's what that's supposed to. You can't get rid of PTSD either.
That's fair.
You know?
The Babadook and getting beaten are one and the same.
Yeah, minus the puking blood. Black, not even blood, black stuff.
Yeah.
Minus that part. You could have left that out. You could have just had her, like, fucking eyes change back. Eyes dilate again. Oh, I'm awake now.
Yeah. No.
You know?
No.
It's gotta be something fucking fuck.
Yeah. So here we are at the end of the film. It's Sam's birthday, and you know who he fucking invited to his party? CPS!
Yeah, right there. What other friends does he have at this point? That's all he's got. We're not hanging out with Claire and Ruby anymore.
No, you're not allowed to.
What about that chick Prue that wanted to take me away from you? Would she like cake?
What kind of ice cream do you think Russell's eating? Take your child away in pralines?
To rescue a kid from the Black Forest cake.
Oh my god. So the scene, Sam's with this old lady next door.
Yeah.
And she jumps on, he runs and he jumps on his mom. And she's like, hey, be careful of that leg where she got stabbed.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, nah, don't worry. The stitches, they're already out.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we cut to fucking CPS sitting down. She's like, yeah, so he hasn't been in school for 2 weeks. What kind of super healing powers does this goddamn mother have?
Dude.
A stab wound where the knife went a lot of the way in.
Like, we're talking like a kitchen butcher's knife, one of those ones with the curved top, and it went in at least halfway.
Yeah, and her stitches were in and out in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, no worries there.
Holy moly. Somebody should be studying this lady's blood.
When I broke my leg, it took months for them to take the stitches out. Those were just in there. There's a huge gash, folks. Anyway, fucking, yeah, CPS get a heaping helping of this is why I looked like shit when you were here last. Mm-hmm. Let me just tell you all about that.
Yeah, we had a week where I remembered that my husband was dead.
Yeah.
And let me tell you.
And this is also my son's first birthday on the day because I couldn't handle that.
And also, in case you were wondering, my son here is going to tell you a lot about where his father is and what he died doing.
Because that's what my husband did, and they share genes. Enjoy being in this conversation. Now, really smart on her part, because, uncomfortable them away, you know? Mm-hmm. But fuck, dude, it's like, don't you wish you weren't so curious?
Uncomfortable them away because you know that there will come a time where they're like, what's in that basement?
Yeah, you really want to know?
You're going to take my child away if I show you that there's a demon monster in the basement.
That we feed worms.
Yeah, so I don't know what deal they struck up with this guy where worms were a great substitute for children's blood.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
couldn't tell you.
He's just pleased as punch eating a bowl full of worms.
Oh, never mind what's in the basement there, CPS guys. It's just the demonic manifestation of my remorse. My remorse and guilt.
I would hate to see what happens when it's the winter and we're out of worms. Worm season's over in the winter.
Well, one of those locks is going to get popped off for every hour he doesn't have worms.
Oh, boy.
It's like fucking Peter with the flapjacks. He's going to break one window.
My flapjacks?
That's where the fucking movie ends, though. You just realize that you're stuck with the Babadook in your basement.
Yep.
You got to give him a bowl of worms and then lie to your son about whether or not he treated you nicely while you were down there.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a general understanding between you and a demon.
Yep. Great.
And that's that.
The Babadook.
The Baba fucking duck.
You could have chosen 15 other times in like the last 20 minutes of the movie to end the movie and it would have still been wrapped up real nicely.
Oh, when she throws up the black blood.
Yeah. Oh, we're good now.
Cut to the next day where they're like, I think everything's fine now. The Babadook is fucked off.
Yeah, sure did. I get the extra heavy duty mop. We got to clean up this mess. This dook mess. This dook gook. Yeah, semen. I bet you semen's black.
I gave this movie a 4.
Yeah? It's funny. This movie got a 7. Because, despite the ending, I was so immersed I almost didn't write shit. Like a couple times.
Okay.
And I will hand it to the director. If you want an uncomfortably realistic portrayal of what it feels like to struggle raising a kid when you don't have the resources. Oh my God. Up until she gets possessed by a demon, that's just a single mom having a hard time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a scary situation to be in.
And I thought that because a lot of the time with like, especially out of Australia and New Zealand, there are style and design choices that you don't see because they're not like the most practical thing. Like the house is blue-gray. Nobody's fucking house looks like a bad dream where you're sad during the dream. Where you like wake up sad from it.
It's a very bad design choice.
But from like an art perspective and like a filmmaking perspective, it fits.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I believed with my whole heart that they put this woman in like a 0 Dark 30 post 9/11 torture box for like a week before they shot this because she looks like as much shit as they tell her she looks like in the movie.
Well, you know what happens? It was probably they made her film that scene where she has to almost come like 8 dozen times.
She's just exhausted from edging for a month.
Yeah, that's the film. Like, all right, now let's film the rest of it.
Also worth noting, you might have everything wrapped up in a neat little bow here at the end after you vomited the blood and everything seems okay minus the basement, but your dog's still dead. Dog doesn't just come back from the dead.
Yes. where CPS is like, hey, so where's that dog you had?
Oh,
It's in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Mommy loved it too much.
Let me really put it out back with the rabbits.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know that hard time that I was having? Yeah, the dog. The dog had a harder one.
We're CPS, not APS.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as long as you're not doing that to your son.
Did you dispose of it? Okay, good.
It's not just in the kitchen somewhere being fed to your son. Then we're fine.
Should have fed the dog to the Babadook. It probably would have enjoyed the meat.
It only got a 4 because I would say there was about...
There wasn't any duck, really.
There was none.
You know?
There was about 40 minutes collectively where I was like, yeah. And then the rest I was like,
yeah. So that 7 comes from it as like a dramatic thriller about a family in tatters. Not so much about a horror movie about a ghost.
Look, if we're going to do that, 5.5.
Okay.
It's not that much.
One of the first movies that we've had that great of a disparity between our ratings.
Better than average.
Yeah.
But it's still, I wanted more Babadook.
Yeah.
I wanted him to not look like the Aquabats logo, which is what he looked like the entire time.
Oh.
Google the Aquabats logo, Google the Babadook. Put them next to each other.
I'm really not a fan of the design there, but what can you made him look like a chick that got rejected on prom night. Like, I'm not beautiful enough. And she got fucking lipstick.
I don't know about that. I just see like a...
Like, wear your whore makeup, you whore.
All I saw was fucking pale
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson coming at me, but like in a very janky, straight-armed, like it's drawn in the 1800s. That's what I liked about it. He looked like he was drawn in the 1800s.
He's capable of going on the ceiling. I would have appreciated more like wall climbing and ceiling climbing than just having him fucking slide like Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk up to me.
I didn't like that bit because he just flips over and now he's right side up and ready to pounce on you.
Yeah.
Like he could have had his head flip all the way back, style. Like there's
like fucking wrap around like fucking the baby and Train Spotting.
any of those options, but he was just very fly-like. I did 5.5.
Right. Yeah, 7.
All right,
7.
all right.
I could even reduce it down to 6.5 because you raised great points.
Hey.
I was in it in my head while I was watching it, which is very hard to do when you're me, especially. I got 4 fucking movies for you here.
Oh lordy.
One of them I sense is going to be extremely easy to guess.
Okay.
But I think I made them vague enough for the most part. Also, one of them I kind of hope you don't pick, but we're going to find right the fuck out if you do.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. I got a bad track record. I'm sorry.
That's true. For different reasons. But we have son or daughter trying to deal with a mom who is going insane or is possessed. Almost couldn't read my own writing there. That's cool.
Okay.
I'm going to say it again. Okay. Son or daughter trying to deal with a mom who is going insane or is possessed.
Okay.
Ghost trying to take kids from parents. Ghost or demon trying to take kids from parents.
Okay.
Evil spawn, just straight up fuck that kid, man. Oh my god.
Okay.
That annoying kid. And being told to kill your family by a ghost.
All right. Okay.
A lot of ghost themes here, obviously. Ghosts and demons. That's what we're doing this next week here.
And there's a lot of good ones. To be honest, I think I would be fine without the family one.
Okay. So no being told to kill your family by a ghost.
No, that one I want.
Oh, that
sorry,
one you're cool
with. The dealing with the ghost, the family dealing with the ghost, and like being taken away by a ghost. Give me. Do I want to fuck that kid movie, or do I want to fuck that family movie? It's tough choices. I'm gonna go.
Either way, you're getting a fuck that kid movie. The reasons are going to be very different.
Okay, well, give me the ghost one. Give me the ghost telling you to kill your family.
We're watching The Shining next week.
Jay.
Yep.
Do we have time?
I want you to know that was the one I didn't want you to pick.
Is there time on this planet?
For a 3-hour Stanley Kubrick movie?
Holy moly.
This, we're getting to a point in this series where we may have encountered a 2-part podcast.
We may.
And we're going to probably have to dedicate an entire afternoon to recording it.
I'll bring the beverages because there's gonna be mouth sounds like you've never heard before.
Boy, oh geez.
Well, what were the other three? What did I give up here?
So for the other Fuck the Kid movie, you had The Omen.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Which I think, gonna make you watch. I want to say it's from 2006 or 8 or so. The Julia Stiles one.
Okay.
For Ghost trying to take kids from parents, Sinister.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. And for son or daughter trying to deal with mom who's going insane, Taking of Deborah Logan.
I haven't seen that one, but it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we got The Shining, huh?
Yeah.
Well, next week, prepare for either 2 podcasts or one where we condense The Shining down into an hour. It's going to be one of the two. I don't know.
I will. You know what? If that ends up being what it is, I'll accept that fucking challenge.
Here,
we're both going to fail miserably.
I got you right here. 2 minutes. Fucking Jack goes to a hotel with his family. There's a black guy who goes to Florida. He comes back and everybody's dead. That's the movie. Oh, by the way, Jack did it.
Oh my God.
And there's blood. There's a lot of blood.
There's so much blood, it needs its own elevator. It wasn't sharing that ride.
Ding. That's weird. The blood usually gets off on the main floor.
There's going to be a lot of Simpsons jokes probably in this podcast.
All right. Well, The Shining.
The fucking Shining. Get ready for me. You're really going to try and truncate it into an hour. I'm going to be over here talking about the patterns on the carpet.
Please. And you know what?
I'm going to be talking about the patterns on the carpet and how every single preserve in the freezer is a Native American brand.
Good.
How's that?
Keep that in mind. I want all those facts and more.
We're in huge trouble.
Next week on Grindhouse Movie Club, where you fall asleep during the podcast and wake up and we're still not done it. All right. Yeah, that's you like to watch that movie.
Yeah, that's a day.
Yeah, like this is already like a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah.
And this was a regular movie.
You brought this on yourself.
Oh God. All right, everybody. Well, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm terrible at everything, and this just goes to prove it again. But if you like The Shining, you're in for a treat.
You are. That's true.
It's gonna be great.
Also, if you like listening to us talk for half of your workday or more, get ready. Well, potentially anyway. Or either that, or we're just gonna scream through a movie that deserves way more attention than it gets.
It's gonna be a toss-up.
Yeah, it will.
All right. Do you want to end the podcast with something?
Should have chosen The Taking of Deborah Logan.
Also, thanks for the music, Andrew.
Yeah, hey, Andrew, right at the end.